Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day.
Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone. En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie. We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Triple G later this year.
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes. As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again. ¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me. So, talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other fight in the game to see the boxing boys. Canelo, are you ready?
¿Está preparado? I was born ready.
Considered by many to be, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world today. 4-division, 5-time world champion.
Oh, look at this guy.
He is now boxing's first ever undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
Damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
¡Viva México, cabrones! You know my level. And you will see. Because I'm gonna fuck out everybody.
You know, I mean, I would love to fight Canelo. I would love to show the world that I'm the best.
I want to get Canelo out here to Houston.
Oh, Canelo, where your cojones at? Let's get it.
Payday, payday. You want payday. I know that. Then you fight with nobody.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Listos, pe los chingazos.
He smacked the shit out of Canelo in
Get the
person.
fuck out of here, man. Please. I wanna knock out this guy. Mira, en este momento puedo hacer lo que yo quiera, ¿no?
Saul Canelo Alvarez.
SDS Promotions.
That's funny. You think that's funny?
A little.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another morning edition with the Boxing Voice Radio. And I am your host, Nesta Gibbs, and we are here to discuss Canelo Alvarez stating that he thinks he's the best fighter out there and that no other fighter is doing it like him. And we are calling him the Option King, and asking our community here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice just who exactly you want Canelo to face next. We do have a poll already set up and going here at youtube.com. So if you haven't joined us live, come on and do so. Smash that thumbs up button before you join us, you know. Sorry about that. So smash that thumbs up button here at YouTube, helping us out with the algorithm. And yes, we have a poll. What should Canelo do next? Fight Benavidez at 168. Fight Dimitri Bivol at 175. Fight Jermall Charlo at 168. Or fight David Morrell. Now, believe me, I know you know, I wanted to put Badu Jack. But I know y'all gonna hate. You feel me? But I don't mind Badu Jack. I'm like, you feel me? Like, if the rumor is true and David Morrell has to fight David Benavidez, which is something that I don't think should happen. Obviously, if Canelo is not fighting Dimitri Bivol, the right thing to do would be to fight his mandatory in the WBC in David Benavidez. Now, I don't think he looked bad in his last performance. But a lot of people criticized the last performance. A lot of people felt like he lost the step. They felt he wasn't the same version of himself. And if that's true and the criticism is real, right? Then maybe his trainer, Eddie Reynoso, doesn't go right into the Dimitri Bivol rematch. Maybe that's the right thing to do, according to the critics. If the critics are saying, hey, he didn't even stop Ryder, he's losing a step, should he go into his toughest match in Dimitri Bivol and even David Benavidez, or should he keep working on the craft to then get to that challenge that is David Benavidez and or Dimitri Bivol? But as you can see on the thumbnail, Canelo's the option king. He has all these options. We have 4 right now on our poll here at youtube.com/the boxing voice. You can choose for Canelo to face David Benavidez. You can choose for Canelo to face Dimitri Bivol in a rematch at 175, not 168. He's been stern on that. It's a lot of interviews where he's stating he wants it at 75 because critics like myself will complain that it's at 68, that he weight drained Bivol. The option of David Morrell, the dark horse, the new darling in the division, that's there. What we didn't put is Badu Jack as another option. That makes 5 options. We didn't put Edgar Berlanga. 6 options. I believe Edgar and Canelo is a big fight. Does Edgar need a big win over Jason Quigley to put his name in the hat? Absolutely. Edgar is out here on Twitter, though, saying that he believes a fight with him and Canelo does 1.5 million. Now, I don't know, because he doesn't have the following of a Ryan Garcia or a Tank Davis, and he certainly doesn't have the following of a Canelo Alvarez. He has some buzz, but a lot of that buzz has died down due to his lackadaisical performances. If Canelo is being criticized for not getting the stoppage, then Berlanga, is definitely being criticized for his stoppages stopping and then obviously biting Angulo, Mike Tyson style. But Canelo has options. That's why we have option king. What's the 7th option, you ask? Well, Earl Spence. Earl Spence is there. That's the 7th option. There's even an 8th option that introduced itself yesterday. Undisputed versus undisputed. Undisputed versus undisputed. It's not Usyk, because he's got to get another belt. Yeah, I'm talking Jermell Charlo. He's going viral on the internet saying or asking Eddie to make it happen. Saying that it could be one of the biggest fights, undisputed versus undisputed. And I'm going to get behind it. A lot of people got behind Kell Brook and Gennady Golovkin. That was 147 to 160. This would be 154 to 168. Same thing, 2 division jump. A lot of people got behind Canelo Alvarez jumping up from 160 to 175. Same thing. I love this about Jermell. I love that he is a person that continues to challenge himself. And this is a very big fight for him. Does Canelo take it? I don't know. He should. I think it can be a huge fight with crossover appeal because many people really don't know which Charlo is which. And that's been a great thing for Jamal. But they will know that this is the undisputed twin if this fight happens, because that would be the marketing behind this fight is all the belts. Undisputed versus undisputed. I've already lost count at what option I'm on. Was that number 8? Because we still have Demetrius Andrade, who is, the hardcore fans option. I don't know if David Morrell has taken over that Andrade spot, but there are people that believe Andrade deserves a shot and has, been deserving a shot for many years and many divisions. So that's almost 10 options right there. I'm not throwing in Usyk, even though Canelo has said that in the past. I'm not throwing that in there. I'm just not. But I am going to open up the phone lines. I am going to ask you if you have any other options. Do you think there are any other fights out there for Canelo, that he can do to live up to the title option king? So many fights he has. So many fights he has. Some of you might call in and say, oh, well, why should he fight David? Let David and David fight each other. I don't know. I would say keep that same energy. Be careful, because that would be the same as Haney and Shakur fighting each other and not getting a tank fight. You know what I mean? There's a lot of you that might say, give it to Charlo. Give him the shot. But keep in mind that the haters will say Charlo's been out the ring a long time. You know what I mean? Some will say, give it to Earl. Same argument though, right? Earl's been out the ring a long time. Earl's not a 68-pounder, even though I think Earl was quoted saying he like 180. I'm not sure. That's what someone said. I didn't listen to the whole interview with his girl. Not yet. It's like I told you, I'm kind of over that. If it happens, I'm gonna be right back on, excited as everyone else. But I'm kind of tired of getting my hopes up with that one. So if it happens, it happens. But the option king, on the other hand, we'll go over that one more time. And I'm also gonna get a guest host on. I gotta send him the link. But we got option number 1 for Canelo is Dimitri Bivol at 75. Option number 1 for the hardcores would be David Benavidez. That's 2 options. You got David Morrell. That's 3. Charlo 4, Berlanga 5, Andrade 6, Badu Jack 7, Earl Spence 8. Who'd we say? Who else am I missing? Who am I missing? I don't know. I think I just missed someone, but that's enough. That's enough options. We get 8 or 9 options there. And I'm telling you, more will come to me. More will come to me. And you guys will come up with some as well. You know. And that's kind of one of those powers of being one of the faces of boxing, because I'm not trying to get into that argument. But when you're the A side, you get to pick and choose who you gonna fight. And truthfully, only you can choose. So even though our poll is asking you who should he fight next, it's really who is he gonna fight next, right? Who's he think is the right fight. And the way he's been talking, it's not been about money. He feels like he needs to get something off his chest. I don't know if you guys know, but he was already back in the gym yesterday. That's crazy. Like, posted a picture with him and Oscar Valdez and Eddie Reynoso, full blown gym, worked out, sweating, and it's like, okay, this guy, and Valdez said that Canelo has this new hunger in him. He's got vengeance in his blood. So I think Dimitri is the option for Canelo. But if Dimitri is, bent on getting it at 68, which that's what the reports are indicating, that he wants it at 68, I hope that Canelo says no, because he will receive criticism from me and others. It just isn't the same. He beat you at 75. And I get the whole argument. He's using the belts to entice Bivol into a rematch, but really he doesn't need to, because he's Canelo. The money entices Bivol to a rematch. Granted, Bivol could not be about that. He could be different. He could be like, I'm not with the money. I want it at 68. I want to create legacy like you did. But I just don't know. I just don't know. I feel like he'll receive too much criticism from fans, and I think those are the people that matter. Now, yeah, some will say, come on, brother, history books are what matters. The experts are what matters. But I feel like the streets talk. And if the streets is talking, it's going to get to the casual fans eventually. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We'll see what he decides to do, and we'll see what you guys think is the right opinion. Remember, you can call our show line at 1-425 569 5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion. Don't forget, we are also on Twitter Spaces and Discord. For those that want to use Twitter or Discord to call in, you can do so. And yeah, we're rocking and rolling. I'm going to get my guest host, Mario Munguia, on the show. Danny had a meeting at the VA, so he's not here today. Solo Dolo, Scarface, no Manolo. Okay. But I'm rocking out with y'all, so we good. We gonna keep it trucking and do what we gotta do. So, again, the number to call, 1-425 569 5241. Press 1 time. Twitter Spaces is open. Discord is open. And we are in the process of getting to your calls. If you're here on YouTube rocking out with us, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. That's going to help with the visibility of the show. That's going to, let the algorithm know we're here and we're doing our thing. The community is here. All right. We got Kentrell in Phoenix with the $5. He says, he says, Canelo didn't look bad in his last fight, but he looked like he can't adjust on the fly. Like, if it's not working, keep trying. Yeah, many said that, that he's not adjusting, and he didn't in that Bivol fight. It just felt like he kept trying the same thing over and over. So that was very strange, for Canelo. It's weird, for him not to, you know, want to uh, check what's going on and change the game plan. I don't know. It's weird, but again, when you're on that level, you kind of running your own camp, man. It's not like we haven't seen that before, but yes. Let me see what's up with Munguia. If not, I'm gonna start taking some calls. Let me open it up just in case. If you want to call in, Twitter and Discord, ready to rock and roll.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, come on and do so. We're trying to get to 170,000 right now. We're at 168, 648,000. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Once again, the number to call. Up here we go. Looks like we have Mr. Munguia on the line. Where are you? Where are you, Mario? Where are you, Mario? I think he dropped off. What happened there? All right. Well, in the meantime, in between time, we got callers here. Looks like we got Gerald on Twitter Spaces. What's up? Gerald, you got to unmute your mic, champ.
Oh, I can hear you now, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. Good morning, and I hear you. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, man. The thing is that, man, Canelo is a great fighter, of course, but the thing is that is Boo. I just had this one question: is Boo Boo still a free agent, or was it that one PBC deal, or what was that? Because I think that's probably the route that he's going to take first.
I mean, he did say it was a fight by fight in terms of Andre, but we don't know where he's gonna end up at this point, or what's next, should I say?
Right, because I mean, I'm not trying to say this facetiously, but the thing is with the PBC and when it come down to De La Hoya or either with Eddie Hearn or something like that, man, trying to make these fights on that cross promotional thing, they usually do it like once a year. We just had one. It's just a historical fact that that's what's been happening. And so I don't know if we can actually get Benavidez and also Canelo the same. Yeah, I wish it could happen in September, of course, but
What you mean? You're
I
not
just don't
sure?
know if
You're
it.
not sure we could get Benavidez and what? Because remember that.
And Canelo,
Why not?
is it that fight by fight with Canelo
Well, his
with
contract
the
is
zone?
up. His contract is up already with the zone. So, you
Oh,
know,
okay, okay,
it was only a
okay.
2-fight deal for Bivol and whatever the dude name was.
Ryder or whatever.
No, Triple G. Triple G.
Oh, Triple J.
So outside of that, if I think he's fight by fight right now. And remember that PBC sent them a multi-fight offer in the past. So it would just
Uh,
be up to him to see what he accepts. The issue is he's hell bent on wanting that rematch. So he
uh,
might end up with DAZN if they get him the rematch.
if they get him a rematch, but at the same time, I don't think that it's a way that you can market everything. If Bivol actually say that he want to come down to 6'8", and Canelo whoops his ass, then it's like, hey man, it is what it is. You asked for it to
Yeah.
come down. But Canelo, he has to actually go up but 75. He need to get that man's title because that's the person that beat you at his weight class, and you couldn't win. That's what I just feel like.
All right,
And I
champ.
land that, brother.
Well, I appreciate you calling in. We got
Yes.
Mario Munguia of Infighting Pod. What's going on, champ?
Oh, you know how it go, brother. Another day, another boxing. I don't know what the fuck comes after that. But yeah, man,
Another
I
day,
saw
another
the title.
podcast.
There you go. Another day, another podcast. I saw the title, and obviously I saw the subject of the podcast. I'll be honest, I was super surprised you didn't use Mel in there. You heard what he said yesterday, right?
I did. I didn't put him on the poll because that was brand new, but I gave people 9 options, and I'll try to run through those.
What?
I think I'm missing one, but
Are those like
you can probably help me. So we obviously have the first 4 that we have here, which is David Benavidez. That's what the fight fans want. Then we have Dimitri Bivol, which is what Canelo wants. Then we have Jamal Charlo, what is something we've been wanting. Then
sure?
we got David Morrell, who is the hardcore fight fans. That's their want. After that, you have like you said, Jermel, that makes 5. Andre, 6. Earl Spence, 7. Badu Jack, 8. Realistically, unrealistically, Usyk, 9.
Yeah, Usyk is the far-fetched one for sure.
But he's the one keeps saying it, not me.
Well, listen,
And by
I'll be
he,
honest.
I mean Canelo.
I'll be honest, and you know the name of this game. You've been doing it. We've been doing it for a long time. Honestly, I think this show is literally like 10 seconds behind what the truth is, or not the truth, but what everybody should be wanting. The fight has to be now Mel and Canelo. That has to be like one of the big fights on the horizon, because if you look at everything we wanted from the Mall Canelo fight, it is, I'm not saying it's gone forever, it's gone completely, but it doesn't feel that way. We talked about this on Sunday, and you had said, or we both had said that if he were to pick Mall now, I think he'd get more shit for it, for not picking Benavidez and all this, and picking Mall at a time where he seems vulnerable. I'm not saying that mental health makes a man vulnerable, not at all. What I'm saying is when you are distracted by other forces outside of the boxing ring, you cannot fully dedicate your time the way that I'm sure Maul has always done. And he's a hard worker. We know that. So here comes Mel, right? Here comes Mr. Don't Lil Bro Me No More, right? Here comes Mr. Get it right when you say it. I'm the fucking big dog now. I'm undisputed. All these years that Big Charlo, or let's call him Maul, was in that line, he ate it up. He ate that time up, right? He didn't really put the pressure of the fire. And then here comes Mel, seeing all the shit that's been talking. And what does he do? He goes straight after Canelo's last performance. Shits all over it. But what do you have in that fight? You have one of the best undisputed 154-pound. I'm sorry. You have the undisputed 154, one of the best ever, maybe the best ever, if you talk about how long he's competed with inside that division, right? So you have the best to ever do it at 154 versus one of the best, if not the best of this era. That is the fight we never knew we wanted. I'm not saying I don't want Benavidez. Of course I want Benavidez. I just don't think that fight happens right now. I really don't. And I don't want the Bivol fight. And I don't agree with the last caller. I don't think it makes sense at 168. Like, for what? What does it prove? Like, if he can go down, then certainly Mel can come up, right? That fight has everything you'd ever want in a major promotion. We've been calling for Canelo to fight a black fighter. I don't say we, but fans have been calling for him to fight a black fighter for years now. If you're going to fight any black fighter on this planet, why not one of the best? Why not the guy who literally did it all at 154?
What about the haters, though, Mario, that are going to say, oh, here he is bringing someone up. He always wants an advantage. If it's not a catch weight, it's a rehydration clause. If it's not a rehydration clause, he wants to have the size and weight advantage on his opponent.
Oh, you mean like Floyd Mayweather did? Or like Manny Pacquiao did? Or do you mean how like Ellerby
Well,
said
Pacquiao was
that Tank gets
smaller.
to do that because when you're the A side, you get to do that. But yeah, but he set limits on people. He tried to drain people. You know, he tried to bring people down, even though he was fighting in a weight class that was way bigger than what he should have been in. You know, still those things went down. You know, this whole thing about, you know, catch weights and weight clauses, like Pacquiao was the center of that for years, right? He set these precedents. So did Floyd Mayweather. You know, if anybody's responsible for this stuff, it's kind of them. So if you want to go ahead and like shit on the idea that he's not fighting the big monster inside the division he you know, reclaimed, I get it. I do. That's a fair argument. The thing is that we all know how boxing works. It's the same thing with Pacquiao winning that 154-pound title against Margarito. Like, that was just ridiculous. If we want to see the best fights from Canelo, those are, to me, the best fights. I don't think the Benavidez fight, I just don't even think he wins that fight. I'm not sure. I think it's 50-50 right now. But if it takes any more than a year, I don't know if Canelo gets too old. You know, not to beat guys like Spence or Mel or somebody who's more his size, but that's a monster in David Benavidez. Like, he's not just good, he's bigger. So if you have a fight like Mel that he'll step up, he'll replace, like, think of that for a second. Think of what those 24/7s or all access or whatever it ends up being, what those are going to be like with a Maul who's been sitting out for now, 2 years, right? I think the 2-year mark just hit or something like that. For all of that to be part of the narrative, I think it sells tickets. I think it gets fans crazy. I think hardcores end up respecting it, whether or not they wanted Benavidez or not, and I think casuals get on board. That's a big fight, Ness. That's a big fight.
I think it's a big fight too. I said that it's a big fight. I just don't know how fight fans will receive it.
That's true.
He is.
You want me to play the audio?
He is perceived to be, you know, the better Charlo because of accomplishments, etc.
Rightfully so. Rightfully
and,
so.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't mind that at all. I have the audio, by the way. I don't mind it at all because, you know, I watched, not that I was on board with, but I watched Gennady and Kelbrook. Mm-hmm. Not that I was on board with, but I watched Earl Spence and Mikey Garcia, and I watched Canelo and Kovalev, and I also watched Khan
Marquez
and
Mayweather.
Canelo.
Canelo. Yep.
You know, I watched Rigondeaux and Lomachenko and actually thought Rigondeaux had a shot. I think there's a lot of people that would believe Jamel has a shot because he's fast. Canelo slowed down. Jamel is a boxer puncher. Canelo is flat-footed. I think there would be a lot of people that think Jamel has a shot. But let me play the audio. Oh, wait. Let me screen share this first. Now I'll play the audio.
Hey, Canelo fight Undisputed. Tag Eddie Hearn. Undisputed versus Undisputed. Fuck it. I'm 150. I gained a little weight. Canelo.
Canelo.
Not Eli and Kobe. Canelo. Like, nigga, don't fuck with me, nigga. Like, for real. Let me show y'all what it is. Why y'all don't make Canelo versus Charlo? Fuck y'all talking about, nigga. Somebody put that shit together. Lil Charlo will fight anybody. Nigga, I ain't never done no smoke, nigga. Undisputed versus Undisputed. That could be a big thing in boxing. Fuck it, nigga. That bitch can't beat me with that shit in last performance. That bitch can't beat me. Motherfuckers. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Eddie Hearn, go put that Charlo shit together. Why they don't make Canelo fight Undisputed?
I'm
Tag
sorry,
Eddie Hearn.
But
Undisputed
I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the one to say he sounded like he was at a barbecue and had a few too many, and that's okay because I hate that this is the only sport where a fighter can't have a drink. In every other sport they do, but yeah. That being said, I like it. I don't know how it will be received. And I don't know how Canelo, again, see, people, while people don't believe that Canelo is prideful and competitive, he is. So it's like, oh, you couldn't beat that big dude, so you fighting a small dude. I just don't know that he'll do this until he beats Dimitri Bivol.
Yeah, I get
Is
what
your
you're
camera
saying.
on
I
the left or
just think.
something?
Go ahead.
Is your camera over there? Because you're like giving us the
Yeah,
side view.
I know I keep doing that. My bad. Yeah, listen, I think that you've got a point. I do. I just think that like the logic it just makes too much sense. Like you're talking about the undisputed at 154.
Is it bigger
right? A
than
guy who they
Bivol?
sit. It can be. 100% it can be. Oh, you know what? No, it is, of course it's bigger than Bivol. Like
Really?
I love the Bivol fight as a step up or a challenge to Canelo. But from a commercial standpoint, like let's be real, bro. Bivol ain't going to Cowboy Stadium and packing them. And maybe they can pack it decently, but that's all Canelo. But you got Mel and Canelo in Dallas at Cowboy Stadium. Listen, that could sell out the stadium in Las Vegas, the Raiders. Like that's a fight. That's a fight that can be marketed. Just think of the fight poster for a second. 8 world championships as the border all across, right? Just belts draped over everybody. Now, for the rest of us that know that belts are, essentially just a tool that promoters use to increase profits and sucker people in with promotions, it looks really good on a poster. You know what I'm saying? And so to settle the idea, who's better from 154 and 168 if they met at 160? The two absolute best, right? Undisputed, of course. And we settle that. I think the only other fight bigger is Spence. And honestly, I think he has to fight Crawford first. But that's the big marquee fight down the road.
Change the poll. I think I should change the poll, or maybe
you have to.
Maybe do this show again specific to Jamel, because I would like to see how many people are open to it and don't think it's another cherry pick. You know what I mean? Another smaller guy, because Jamel is perceived to be in his prime, which by the way,
exactly. Good point.
Which by the way, Tim Tszyu is taking on another fight. July, I think 17th, maybe. He's fighting Carlos Ocampos. Somehow Ocampos gets another motherfucking interim eliminator shot. And update, Franchon Cruz DeZern and Savannah Marshall's fight got pushed from June 1st to the 17th now.
Yeah, there was an injury to somebody on the card. I can't remember.
And I gotta double check. Is that June 17th or is it July? I mean, I don't know, but I'll check.
I think it was July. Let me look.
Really? Did they push it that far?
I think they did. Let me see. But yeah, I think that overall the idea. Oh, they don't even have it on here. I'll have to go to Twitter. I think the main idea here is like what's. Oh, you got it? Okay. The biggest fights, right? That's what counts the most. And Mel has pushed the needle in ways that you know what? I can't even believe that we didn't think of that in the first place. Like, I guess because he never really said anything, but he's willing to. So there you go.
So it's July 1st, not
July
June
1st, yeah.
17th. I'm glad I double checked, Lord. So it went from June 17th, I believe, to July 1st.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. Somebody got hurt. I can't remember.
Well, let me get to some of these callers to see what they think. And right now, I do have a poll. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's what should Canelo do next? Fight David Benavidez at 68. 66% of our votes. I wonder how many would have been 66 had Jamel been there. Lord, I'm going to end it because of you. We already had 500 votes, but I do want to see what it looks like if Jamel's on there.
So do I. I mean, and it's weird that, man, I feel like I would have, like, the chat's not even, like, I feel like it's not really getting, like, an accurate. I mean, some people are kind of just, like, shitting on the Charlos for the sake of shitting on him, I guess. Like a lot of people just talking
Nah.
crap about Maul. Like I hope people understand we're talking about Mel for the most part. Because some people just keep bringing up Maul, like Maul sucks. Like, okay, well, we're talking about Mel, but
Yeah.
and that energy, bro, that energy that they bring. You know what I'm saying? Like Mel right now, he's feeling himself. You know what I mean? Like you saw the interview. You know what I mean? Like Maul was down. He's down bad. You could tell, right?
Yeah.
But Mel's still like, yeah, I'm heartless. I'm heartless. Don't call me little bro. Like, yo, it
He
started right
said, "Don't
there.
call
You
me
could
little
just
bro." Did
see
he
it.
say that?
Hell yeah, he said, "Hey, don't little bro me," because he said, "I'm a little bro." Answer. It was a question that I think Brandon Marshall asked him, right? And then they both started answering, and then Maul fell back and said, "You know what? I'm gonna let little bro handle that." And then he started answering, and then Mel just stopped in his tracks. He's like, "I'm gonna listen. Don't do that shit. Don't little bro me. Don't little bro me. Like for real, like dead serious. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be honest, he's big Charlo to me. That's not. You know what? Let's go ahead and bring that back.
Yo,
You know what?
who
Just
should
pretend I
we
didn't say
put?
that part.
Who should we put? Should we keep David Morrell on there? Because I already
No, I
got
don't
a
think so.
fight undisputed Jermell Charlo, so that there's no, confusion. Then I got fight David Benavidez. Then I got fight Dimitri Bivol. Who should we put?
Listen, I'll make one case just real quick, 10 seconds for Spence. This is why. If the Crawford thing falls through, that's a huge fight. And I know it's not ready right now. I know it'd be like something that we'd be getting way sooner than it should be, but that's the problem.
164?
It's got to be closer to 160 than 154, obviously. So I think it's just unfair
All
to
right, I
Spence
like
right
the
now.
I like the Earl Spence option because it breaks it up between three
Exactly.
big names like David, Jermell, and Earl. So the poll is out. The phone lines are open, and let me tell you, they are litty for sure. If you on Discord, go ahead and request. I see you on Blog Talk. All you had to do was press 1. Since you done that, don't do nothing else, because you will be taking yourself out of the queue in the back of the line. So even if you're calling in, I still want you to answer our poll question, right? Who should Canelo fight next? Your 4 options are Jamel, David, Dimitri Bivol, and Earl Spence at 164. Undisputed Jermell Charlo, not to be confused with his brother, Jamal Charlo. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on YouTube, come on, smash that thumbs up. You know we need that love and assistance. It's going to help the algorithm get this episode in the eyes of other possible Jermell Charlo fans. Possible, Canelo fans, obviously. Maybe some Dimitri Bivol fans that want to rub it in. This is the place to do it. The number to call,
Spence fans.
1-425-569-5241. Discord and Twitter available. I'm going out to Demitar. What's up? I think I said that so wrong, but, we love you either way. What's up, brother? Good morning. You got to unmute, champ.
Hello, man.
What's up?
What's up, brother? Nice to meet you. Nice to hear you. I watching your live streams and your shows.
Appreciate you, man. Where you calling in from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Europe, man. I'm calling
Nice.
from Cyprus.
Nice.
So
Appreciate you.
here is a little bit afternoon, but it's okay, man. Uh, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Dimitar. I'm Bulgarian, so I know I have some boxing background. So I'm coming from the game. I have 80 amateur fights.
Wow.
So I'm good, man. I was.
Congratulations on that, bro. That's a lot.
Yeah, thank you, man. Listen, about Jermel Charlo, I don't think this is a good fight though, because instead Jermel Charlo to speak about Canelo, it's good to have some good fights in his weight, man. Because there is a I see him with David Benavidez or on It's good fight though, not Canelo. Instead to make one fight in a year or something like that, and to call about Canelo, it's good to make good fights, man.
So which one do you prefer?
About Canelo. Canelo, I want to fight him with. What about? I don't like the fight with Bivol because Bivol he's gonna knock him out in the second fight in the rematch. Yeah, that's my opinion, man. Because in the terms of the last fight that we saw, I think Canelo is not good fight for him with Bivol in the rematch. I think next for Canelo should be like some little bit not so skillful guy, but in good name though as well. So I think why should not give a shot of Andre? Why not?
Andre?
Boo Boo.
Okay.
Yeah, why not, man? Why not? Because we didn't see him with my respect for Canelo and that what he done in the boxing. Why he don't go with Boo Boo with this? He's a southpaw, by the way, and I saw him in amateurs. I remember him, and he's a skillful guy. He's the fastest. So yeah, why not, Boo Boo? Why not, man?
All right. Well,
What do you
your
think about that?
recommendation is Boo Boo Andre. He isn't on the
Yeah.
poll, but it is one of the 9 options that I said Canelo does have. And you see there, Mario, he brought up one of those 9. Andre is an option for some people, even right now in this stage of his career. It's
I mean,
crazy.
Monday on Twitter, it was he was trending. I don't know if you saw that, but I mean,
Who, Canelo?
Andre was
Stop.
trending because
Stop.
so many Twitter boxing people came out to say that he's strictly avoiding that man, and that's the man that will dethrone him if he ever gave him a chance. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, that is crazy. Sounds super crazy right now. It's super, super, duper, 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 duper crazy. But if you're watching this on YouTube and you are enjoying the calls, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button because we're going to keep these phone lines moving. Mario, if you got to check out, I understand. I did want to get your take, and obviously get you on the show to let the world know your option. I don't know if you noticed, but one of our shorts you made it to one of the shorts, so
I saw
appreciate you.
that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, let me get to some more callers here. We got Chad. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Ness?
How are you?
Good, man. Is Mario gone now?
He is still here.
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, what's up, Mario? Just wanted to say you make a great host, man. With the show, I like having you on.
Appreciate it.
Anyways, yeah, man. So look, the more I think about Mel versus Canelo, I got to be honest, the more I'm liking it. But I'm starting to think. I mean, Canelo is not washed up, but let's be honest, he's looking down the hill now. I mean, if he can keep up at this level, fighting twice a year, how much longer can he realistically go? I like to think Canelo is going to finish on top, and he's not going to just dwindle and have a bunch of really bad or crappy fights. I feel like he's just going to stop. So how many more fights do we have from Canelo at this point? I mean, 4, 5, 6. I mean, we have to start looking at them as precious. I feel like Benavidez is definitely the best option right now. I mean, if it's going to be Bivol, it's got to be at 75. I mean, what's the point of 68? He got beat at 75. He's got to go back to 75 and prove that he can beat him there. Otherwise, I don't see much point in it. I do like the idea of Bivol at 68, like just making the division interesting. But as far as it goes with Canelo, no interest really. Yeah, I really want to see him. And then if Charlo can get it together, Charlo, I'd like to see that fight. I'd like to see that fight big time, man. I would love to see it. And yeah, that's all I got, guys. Great show today. I'm gonna keep watching.
Appreciate you, champ. Appreciate you. We got a couple super chats I got to get to. Let me get your opinion on some of these. Looks like we have Modern King Boxing. It's a sad day. Kings chasing Canelo. I don't get it. What is? I mean, obviously he's talking about Jermell because you got to be undisputed to be perceived to considered a king in this sport. So I'm just lost though. Like, what's wrong with him wanting to fight Canelo?
Especially because what else is there?
And in the
for
past, I
Mel?
can get it. In the past, I can get people not wanting him to call out Canelo or taking it as, nothing more than publicity when he had a division to clear out, but he cleared it out. So he's respectfully, he earned an opportunity if Canelo grants it to him. We got AB that says, I'm with you, Ness. I really wouldn't mind Badu Jack. What's your thoughts on Canelo moving up the cruiserweight? Obviously, there was heavy rumors of him moving up to fight Makabu. It's something that Eddie Reynoso requested at the WBC convention. Canelo says it wasn't him. But obviously, Makabu went on to lose to Badu Jack, who became the WBC cruiserweight champ. So, he's a bigger name than Makabu. He's a naturally smaller guy than Makabu. So is that something that Canelo does to try and impress the Mexican public? And would you accept it? How's your family accept it, being the local Mexican on the show today? How do you think your family would accept it?
In what way? Like, just I know
would
you're
they
asking
like
just
it?
a general question. No, I don't think so, honestly.
They wouldn't like Badu Jack, Canelo moving up the cruiserweight.
No, well, okay, but wait, would they like it? Yes, because they're just Canelo fans. But would they like it more than Benavidez or Mel or maybe even Andre? I don't know. I don't think so. Like, honestly, it's not that I think that fight's bad. There are a lot of positives that you could give it, right? But from just a sheer, like, look, when my family shows up, all 20 or 30 of them packed into a house on Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day, they want to know that two guys in the main event want blood. They want to know that there's something personal.
So
the
what,
only
Badu
fights
Jack ain't gonna want blood? The bigger man can't draw blood from the smaller Canelo? Like,
Yeah,
isn't that the selling point of the fight, that he's fighting a bigger man, or no?
Yeah, for sure. But I think that when you get that from David Benavidez and it's like that Mexican, like, war type of thing, like, that's what's going to excite the Mexican crowd, I think, personally,
No doubt.
and so, yeah, I just feel like that would be the fight that would just get everybody. I know if they made that fight, my phone would not stop going off all week for people that are like, you going to watch the fight? Where are you going to watch the fight? Benavidez. Like, it's definitely the one that people talk about to me the most. And I'm talking about casuals.
Why do you think that is? And quickly, because we got other super chats, or at least remind me to get to the super chats, right? So
Sure.
Why do you think that is, though? Like, Benavidez plant numbers haven't even there. Those things are with that big diamond ring that went down in the Titanic. Those numbers are down there in the ocean somewhere. You don't want to retrieve those. So it's like, how do we know it's a big fight if his first pay-per-view with a damn good dance partner, they hide in the numbers. They're that bad. Like, think about how bad they are, Mario. Wilder Hellenius was reported to do 77,000. So they not afraid to tell you Wilder did that, but they afraid to tell you what David and Plant did. Like, come on, man. Make that shit make sense. So how is that a big fight? How do we know that fight is really big? And I'm not trying to be that guy to say I don't want that fight. I do want that fight. I did a watch party with David. Like, that's my guy.
Sure.
If he gets that fight, I'm sure they'll let me go live in Washington for this fight, for the training
That'd
camp.
be dope.
But I mean, it still is what it is. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
where's
here's
the
the thing, though.
numbers?
Here's the issue with that argument, because you're
and
right
let me
when you
add
frame
this.
it that way.
Let me add this, Mario, because the haters gonna hate, but they can't hate on this. Ryan was criticized for not having numbers, right? While his fans, no, he's a star. You'll see. Everybody's like, but he ain't been on pay-per-view. If he a star, why Golden Boy ain't take a chance? They took a chance on David, and they hiding his numbers, brother. They hiding his numbers.
Yeah,
That's important. That's telling. Go ahead.
Sure, it's definitely important. Here's what I think kind of counters that point. Benavidez as the A side draw in a fight with a fighter who in the B side lost to Canelo already is a different promotion than David Benavidez as a B side to Canelo's A side. So then let's start like talking about the numbers and let's get them out there, right? So if you want to say David Benavidez's numbers in a pay-per-view aren't going to be that of like even like a Ryan Garcia Tank, fine. But then let's start a metric, because I would be willing to bet that David Benavidez brings in probably the highest number of pay-per-views, if not the second number on all that list that we have. So then you want to start talking about Andrade or Badu Jack, those numbers just go down worse. You know what I'm saying? So if he's going to go out there and try to get the most numbers, if that's the goal, David Benavidez is still the guy to fight. You know what I mean? Like if he wants to go and test himself, like he keeps saying with Bivol, David Benavidez is still that guy.
I'm just saying, when Ryan fans said the same thing, they were met with the debate, there's no proof. And now people in the chat are like, oh, well, by that logic, Devin doesn't deserve it. You can't even say that until Devin's numbers get hidden in fucking Davy John's locker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fuck, bro? Like,
that's true.
You know, like this was his first A-side pay-per-view. Like Golovkin did 170 and we got that. Crawford allegedly did 50,000 with Postal and we got that.
Yeah.
Fucking
that was a different
Roy
era
Jones.
though. You're talking about a different era though.
What era? The era of
era
reporting?
The era of not
like, what are we
that was
talking
slick,
about?
bro. That was slick. I'm talking about the era of so many streaming content. So much streaming content out there that it is pulled from every aspect of sports, entertainment, music, art, whatever the hell you want to talk about. It's pulling from that. Look, with TikTok and Netflix and all that shit, people's energy is, it's consumed in these like 10-second bursts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, like those metrics to me, I get what you're saying. It's like, how can you say David Benavidez is the guy if you're not even sure that he's going to pull in like a million? I certainly think it's going to be over a million. But
think about this. What's simpler math? Who's going to do bigger numbers? David, Earl, or again, Jermell? What's bigger? You're the Mexican. That's why I brought you on. What's bigger in
honestly,
your community?
I think it's Mel. It's Mel.
But this is a secondary. What's bigger amongst your community? Mexico versus the green print, right? Mexico versus the African American, or Mexico versus Mexico? Because we did get Canelo versus Chavez. We got Chavez versus Oscar. We always see that.
I remember being at the Alamo Dome when Canelo fought Austin Trout, and it at times felt like the crowd was like split. Not because Canelo didn't pack that place in with his fans, but because the energy was just so like, I mean, it was electric. I think that the reason people keep bringing up the fact that he hasn't fought a black fighter is because those are the fights that we've been used to in the past, in the history. When those numbers were reported on all the time and when those pay-per-view numbers were solid, it was before this specific era that's now competing against YouTube fighters and TikTok fighters. So let's not use those metrics anymore. Let's forget about what Floyd Mayweather did. Let's focus on what these numbers are now.
Yeah.
Let's now use that goalpost. Yeah, and when you use that goalpost, David Benavidez is certainly a high profit opponent.
Based off what? When they're hiding his numbers. And think about it. Tank and Ryan brought us back to the million pay-per-view buy. Canelo and Plant took us there to give us the expectation of being able to see a million pay-per-view buy plus again. Tank and Ryan showed us it's possible. There's no metrics for David. You
Yeah,
guys are pulling
but
that out your ass, but it's all good. This was just a
yeah,
super chat. Moving forward,
go for it.
$2. Kentrell, number 2 for Kentrell. Let the pound for pound face of boxing get it back in blood. So I guess he wants the Dimitri Bivol rematch at 75. Sounds like even 68. Do you mind 68?
Very much so. Very much so. Because like if you're going to give the 175-pound fighter a shot at 168 and not the actual 168-pounder who, by the way, had your belt, never lost it, right? It was taken from him. That's unfinished business. These are narratives that need to be pushed to make this fight bigger. You know, the problem with Canelo Benavidez and the reason it's not doesn't seem like a Tank Ryan is because there's not other media out there. It's just us boxing guys pushing this fight. You know, where is Stephen A. Smith calling for this fight? Where are the, TikTokers that do a million covering Jake Paul? Like, where are these guys at pushing these fights? They're not, because they don't even fucking know who David Benavidez is. I get that aspect of your argument. But then if we're going to compare David Benavidez to Badu Jack or to Andre, come on. Like, again, you want to get paid if that's your goal, then Benavidez is the answer. If you want to test yourself, Benavidez is the answer. If you want to make your Mexican fans happy, David Benavidez is the answer, because there are still people out there that don't forgive Canelo for saying he'd never fight a Mexican, even though he did not say that and he walked it back and he made very clear what he'd said. The fact is there are people that still believe that that is what his opinion is. So for him to pick David Benavidez, I think it causes an uproar in a positive way.
Well, moving on, we got Kentrell right back at us. He says, can you imagine if Canelo did what Tank did in 60-plus fight, tried to fight Jake Paul, then say he's the face of boxing, laughing my ass off? I don't know what is he trying to say? That Tank fought a YouTuber by comparing what Tank did to Jake Paul, Canelo fighting Jake Paul? I'm lost there, Kentrell, but I'm sure you're on the line in Phoenix somewhere. Can you decipher that?
I'm trying. I can't.
Can you imagine if Canelo did what Tank did in 60-plus fights, try to fight a Jake Paul, then say he's the face of boxing, laughing my ass? Yeah, he's definitely saying that Tank is wilding for fighting a YouTuber and thinking he's the face of boxing. Can you imagine if Canelo did that at this point of his career, fight Jake Paul? I mean, that's the only thing I can guess, but he'll be calling in. I'll give you another chance. No? Moving on? All right.
Yeah, move on.
Ed Weezy, $10 super chat. Man, give the fight to David or Bivol. Charlo hasn't done anything at this point. The small hype he had is dead. Mel will get stopped, and Canelo wouldn't get any respect for that fight, if anything. Now, that's kind of what I said, that they wouldn't give Canelo credit for the smaller guy moving up. Any thoughts on that before I get to the next?
No, go for it.
Bobby Shaw, $10 super chat. Fight Bivol at 168 pounds. Defend your belts like the man that beat you did. Don't fight Badu whack. Be a king. Be the face of boxing. Floyd would have did it. But be a cherry option king. Posse, clown emoji. I guess you know what he meant when he put posse. Can't say
Yeah, I'll say that I don't understand the logic in giving a guy the shot at a undisputed title that he's not going to defend, that he's not going to keep, that he's going to just go straight back to 175. Like, if Bivol does not fight Canelo at 175, all of his energy should be spent fighting Benavidez at 175, not Canelo at 168. Like, I don't get that.
What? Say
if
that
Bivol's
again.
not going to fight Canelo at 175,
okay, that's what happened. You didn't say Canelo.
My bad. His main option, if not Canelo at 175, should be Beterbiev. That should be his main focus. He shouldn't even be thinking 168 against Canelo. I don't even get that. I really don't.
Why not? I mean, to be fair, in my prime, all high Wilder fandom, I love the idea that he had while he was the WBC champ of possibly going down to cruiserweight to beat Sultan. So I don't want to completely be a hypocrite. The issue I have, and I want you to understand what I'm saying. Don't call me a hypocrite. Understand what I'm saying. The issue I have with Canelo fighting Bivol at 68 is he beat you at 75, so you're getting, in some people's eyes, you're getting a weight advantage. That man's never been at 68. This is Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson was a damn good champ. And when he was forced to move down because HBO and the money, he didn't look the same. But moving on, I got a $10 Cash App. Shout out to B. Paulie in Michigan for using Cash App where I don't lose 30%. Thank you. And he says, for the Hardeen Green. Shout out to Hardeen. Shout out to you. And I want to give you some of this. Where is that? And since you got 10 on it,
smoke weed every day.
We appreciate you for sure. Actually, look, I bought this long course, so now I can actually go have smoke breaks and still be live. That's right. That's why the intro was that long. Like, that's why I was talking with the thumbnail up.
That's sick.
I was 25 feet away from the studio blowing.
That's
feel
dope.
me? Yeah,
That's
no,
dope.
I mean, look, we got to do what we got to do. You hear me? But we moving on to my good friend, Javier Caputillo. I should have just did Border Wars in your gym. I'm gonna hit you up, Coach. Maybe you could get us approved. But I mean, at this point, I think USA Boxing has the lupa on us. But shout out to Javier Caputillo, the trainer out in LA. Also, the I think it's the uncle or cousin of Jorge Caputillo. Shout out to Jorge too. He just expanded his gym. Lord have mercy. It was so big. It's so big now. He expanded his gym, and shout out to them. They had Canelo there too. He says, salute to Mario and to you, Ness. Keep up the good work, guys. 100 emojis. Shout out to you, Coach. We appreciate you. JB Cinema, $2 super chat. He says, salute to Mario, TBV for life. I got Big Supermax, $5 super chat. He says, it's kind of strange. The only one not ignoring the fact that Nello just lost is Canelo. Just shows you need the personality plus the win to take the torch. What? It's kind of strange. The only one not ignoring the fact that Nello just lost is Canelo. Just shows you need the personality plus the win to take the torch. I'm not sure what he means by that. Maybe he's saying even though people are criticizing Canelo on the opponent, he's not buying into the reading the hype or the media. I'm lost with that. Some of these
I think that what he's trying to say is that Canelo losing didn't change his like fire, I guess, or like the appeal,
Hunger?
right?
I don't know, bro.
No, like his
honestly.
appeal. Like he's still that target despite the fact that he lost.
Oh yeah, of
right?
course. I mean, he's still a fucking
I think that's what he's saying.
multi-million-dollar fight. Well, if that's how you interpret it, that's how I'll interpret it, and I'll just say he's still a multi-million-dollar fight for anybody. So they all gonna still want him. I mean, look, people calling out Ryan, Meathead, Wacko, $2 super chat says Bivol smokes him again. I don't even know what that abbreviation is. I'm too old for those abbreviations. What's that?
I don't even know.
NGL?
Not gonna lie.
Okay. Shout out Mario. Leon, $5 super chat. My prediction, Canelo would fight next is first Bivol, second Jack, third Benavidez. What do you think about that lineup? How you like that lineup? Would you take it?
I think that makes perfect sense.
If he fought Bivol again, then you would accept Badu Jack.
No. I think. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he said. Oh, he's making a prediction. I thought he was saying that the first person he's going to target is Bivol, and the second is Jack, and then if not, Benavidez.
Yeah,
okay, so I get it now. He's saying he's going to do all three. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. As long as I know we're getting Benavidez. I mean, listen, Bivol is a tough fight. To have a Badu Jack fight after a Bivol fight, no one should complain about that.
But they
Badu
will.
Jack has been doing. Oh, they will 100%. But But listen, he's been doing his thing for years. Okay, and he has put himself in a great position. No one should take that away from him. Now, if Canelo's fighting Badu Jack and riding off into the sunset, that's major bullshit. But as long as we have a plan to have a Benavidez following that fight, I don't see what's wrong with it.
I got AJ Ahmad. He says, Ness, you still owe me that Muay Thai show. Champ, you wildin'. You know I know zero fuck all about Muay Thai.
However, I would fucking listen to an entire podcast of you talking.
I mean, actually, show me the fight. I could call a fight if I'm watching it, but it's gonna be my own way. Definitely ain't gonna know shit about the guys.
Oh, that would be the best.
Devontae, $5. He says, yo, shout out Devontae. We appreciate you, both you and AJ, for using Cash App and saving us that 30% Raping You Records. We going out to Manuel, $2 super chat. He says, I would like to see Plant versus Rada. I don't know. Rada's suspended for a while. He got beat up bad. He's got a heel. But they both are coming off losses.
Mm-hmm.
They both didn't get stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Or did Plant get stopped? No, Canelo stopped him and not Benavidez. And no one said Plant was losing. No one said Benavidez was losing a step when he couldn't stop Plant, who Canelo stopped. See how that works? Canelo
100%,
couldn't stop somebody who got stopped, but he's losing a step. Benavidez couldn't stop somebody that Canelo stopped, but he's La Máquina. Yo, I got Big Supermax that says, if Bivol truly wants the belts at 168, parentheses, which I'm skeptical of, why is he not allowed to dictate those terms? What happened to flipping the A side? You don't flip the A side. Remember,
when
there's a rematch, no. Think about it.
No, I'm talking to Supermax.
Yeah,
come on, that's not how it works.
Yeah, whoever gave the fight, they control both fights. You know, there's a little leeway as Ruiz showed us. There is some leeway in those things, but not much. Supermax says, what I meant was the fact that Bivol beating Canelo wasn't enough to make him the bigger star because he's not the personality or the guy that the fans wanted to beat him, so they're ignoring that loss. That's a damn good point. Like, it's like, bro, you lost to that guy. We didn't even care about that guy. We don't know who that guy is. Fuck that loss. We wanted you to lose to David. Go fight David.
Yeah, it's such a... that rationale, yeah.
I mean, it's true. He's not getting discredited for the loss. Like, people are
at
like,
all.
Whatever. Wait, did I say that was the Jack artist? Because it is the Jack artist that said, yo. All right, we going out to Abraham in El Paso. What up? Abraham.
Yo, what up, bro?
What's good?
Morning. About the Charlo fight, bro. I don't really want to see Canelo with the small Charlo. I heard your homie say something about meeting up at 60, but that last interview I saw with Reynoso and Barrera, Reynoso said Canelo moved up in weight because he couldn't make 160 anymore. So if they do make that, it probably won't be at 160 at all. And then with the big Charlo, bro, even if he does fight him and he beats him, what does that do for Canelo's record, bro? Because I don't feel like the big Charlo's going to do anything after that. And his resume is weak as fuck, if you ask me. Boo Boo as well. I feel sorry for him because he's pretty good. But, man, he's 35, about to be 36 with a shitty-ass record as well. If Canelo fights him and does beat him, the excuses are probably going to be he was already old. And then, or they can use the cherry picks when you go back and look at the record as well. I would rather see him fight David. To me, that's like the most relevant fight between all of them because at least he fought Plant. But again, like you said, bro, those pay-per-view numbers never came out. And David not knocking out Plant doesn't help him either, which sucks too. Because they're going to go off of, well, you didn't sell shit and you couldn't knock out Plant. And then if Canelo does fight David, I think he has he can ask for a big ass bag versus David. Because I mean, what numbers did he bring when he fought Plant? Because doesn't help.
I mean,
really
they
have him
was
put him out
already
either, bro.
offering him the big ass bag. Let's be real. $55 million is a whole
But this
lot.
was prior to him being undisputed, right?
He's still undisputed, and I think that's why Canelo is hard bent on not giving up those belts. So a caller said it, so I won't take credit. A couple shows ago, someone said if he loses those belts, yo, he's back to square one for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Imagine losing to Bivol, then losing to Bivol for undisputed. Now what? I mean, is he gonna put is Eddie gonna put like a third rematch on it? Like, yo, I'm giving you a shot at my belt, so there's another rematch to the rematch? Like, is he
And then
entitled
Bivol
to?
beats the shit out of him, and you know what I'm saying? It's that could be a huge mess. That's what I'm saying. 168 for Bivol, it just complicates it. It would be different if we're talking about middleweight and Charlo's out of the picture and there's nobody left, right? That's not the case for 168. It's not like he claimed all the belts and cleaned the division and there's nobody left and he's Roy Jones stepping up to heavyweight. That's not the situation. There is a monster in his division. And whether he likes it or not, that monster had one of the belts. He did not beat him for it. I think that he needs to rectify that.
I got Hawaiian Punch, $2 super chat. What about Bivol versus Benavidez? Winner gets Canelo. I don't think that David deserves to have to go through Bivol, and I don't think Bivol deserves to have to go through David. I got $5 from Starks. Should there be an argument that if Canelo moves up again and loses, he should be stripped of his 168-pound titles, discrediting the division? I guess because he's holding it up, but not discrediting the division. But
Yeah,
he's really not holding it up. He just fought a mandatory. He would need to come down and immediately fight David, or yes, he's holding it up.
Yeah, I like that explanation.
I got to get the more Jamathas. We got Adrian in Queens. What up?
What up, fellas? Good morning.
What's good with
Hit
you?
the like button
Morning.
before you walk in. Just getting a little workout in while I'm listening to you guys. I think next for Canelo should be David. I feel like if he fights fucking Bivol at either 75 or 68, I feel like he might retire. So all those other options, they might be out the window, honestly. Because if he does lose this again, I think he got too much pride. I don't think he's going to continue, especially if he fights Bivol at 68 and he loses all his titles. Like, what the fuck was he really going to do? He ain't going to go back to square one to try to get the titles again once he already had them. So I think Canelo keeps fighting until he decides to retire himself or if he loses somebody. So there's probably, he's probably realistically only got maybe 1 or 2 fights left, depending how he's feeling. So I would definitely love to see that Benavidez fight. Definitely more appealing and be a more entertaining fight. Unless he switches some shit up, in the Bivol fight, I don't think he's winning that fight. Keep it a buck.
All right, champ. I appreciate you calling in. Let's see. We going out to, looks like we got on the line J. Will in Ohio. What up?
Hey, come right back to me real quick. Come right back.
Tim in Washington.
Yo, what's up?
What up?
Hey, I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with Mario here. First of all, Mario, my friend, you there? You literally
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
I don't care. You literally said Spence next for Canelo. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And then you said Usyk, and then you said Badu Jack. Badu Jack is like on the same level as like Jean Pascal. Why doesn't Jean Pascal fight Canelo next? The majority of the people want David Benavidez next, and then you're questioning the chat's logic. How come the chat's logic is wrong when we all want David Benavidez next? Can you please answer me that, Mario, my friend?
Sure, absolutely. I don't know if maybe you came in late, but I'm on the Benavidez side. I think that should be the first fight. My issue with Benavidez as like the guy that we lean towards is that look, I looked at the poll. Benavidez was way out in front of everybody else. So anybody but Benavidez looks like a duck, or it looks like he's avoiding. You know what I'm saying?
Spence is 147 pounds.
What I said,
147 pounds. Canelo's at 168.
Yeah. No.
Spence is
I
an
get that.
option amongst a lot of people, Tim.
Yeah, Spence has said it himself. He wants that Canelo fight.
Jack. That's ridiculous, man. Come on.
No, listen, but look,
I mean,
you've been watching boxing long enough.
Option again because of Makabu.
I mean, Badu Jack. I mean, okay, but let's be honest. How come David Benavidez isn't right?
No one said he's not right.
I think he is the right guy.
Choice for everyone.
I think he is the right guy.
The show is about Canelo being the option king, hence why all the options were laid out. Andre, Badu Jack, even the far-fetched Usyk was number 9. We got J. Will counterpunch.
Yeah. What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Man, the one thing I'm starting to notice about a lot of tanking maniacs sound just like Stanelos and vice versa, man. Like, it's just amazing how this narrative is with Canelo, man. This option king narrative. But just like the previous caller said, the masses want David Benavidez. And now all of a sudden, it's like this narrative's being pushed like there's really a whole lot of fights that the people want. And that's nowhere near the case. And it's like, I remember like last year or about 2 years ago, when everybody was calling him on the show and they was giving you hell about what Canelo was doing as far as all them Yildirim fights, fielding and all that. And the first thing you were saying, the reason was because, especially when that proposal from PBC came with Jamal, Earl, and Plant, and Canelo turned it down. So you was defending them like a motherfucker. And we was all like, well, damn, those are the fights that we want to see. We don't want to see Yildirim with them. So you was screaming at the top of your lungs.
Yildirim was a mandatory, brother. Yildirim was a mandatory. PBC would have still had to pay for that fight.
Okay, I get that. But nonetheless, you was sitting and said they need to fight each other. So Canelo fights Plant, Benavidez fights Plant. Jamal took himself out the picture. He ain't fought in 2 years. So Benavidez done exactly what you wanted him to do. He fought one of them. They did a little process of elimination for you as you requested, and now it's, what kind of draw is it? Now you become Ness Ellerby and throw up another roadblock too.
Negative. You probably jumped on at the wrong point. Negative.
This is my last point. And this is my other last point to show how much of Stanello you are, man. Like, when people was giving you flack about Canelo not fighting people, you will go as far as to say Mayweather should have fought Triple G, a full-fledged middleweight. You know what I'm saying? Now you say, should Canelo go ahead and fight a 147-pounder with 3 belts and arrow spins? You go the opposite way with Canelo. You make him go down to 147 while you want Mayweather to go fight Triple G because we give him
I'm glad you paid for this call. I'm glad.
Y'all don't see how the hypocrisy that comes out of y'all pores, man. It's crazy, bro. It's really crazy, man. Like, we all want Benavidez, man. Period. It's never going to change. And this is another thing. He said himself when the dude from Fire Hub asked him about the Mexican comedy, you don't want to fight a Mexican fighter. Canelo sounded.
This is what I'm saying. Like, guys, you need to listen. I never once said I wanted Earl. I never once said I wanted Badu Jack. y'all silly. He's speaking his own truth. I never said that. I never said Canelo should do nothing else other than fight Benavidez. So, you
The problem
know,
is we don't get, like, we've been doing this long enough. Like, y'all, we've all been watching boxing long enough that we know we do not get the fights we want when we want them. Mayweather, Pacquiao, even Garcia, Tank. I mean, yes, I'm glad we got it as soon as we did, and I applaud them for fighting. But that's a fight we've been wanting for years, right? The point is that Canelo has options. Whether we like it or not, he has the options. And when he disappoints people and doesn't fight Benavidez next, it doesn't mean that that fight that he chooses has to suck balls. It doesn't have to be Yeardom. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what I'm saying when I say Mel's a good option if he's not going to pick Benavidez. Andre's a good option if he's not going to pick Benavidez. Maul's a good option if he's not going to pick Benavidez. But it goes down this whole line, like, to suggest that Badu Jack isn't somewhere in the top 8 choices or 6 choices. You know, I mean, I don't think that's fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not as wanted as Andre or Benavidez or Mel or Maul or any of these guys, but it's still an option no matter what. But yeah, Benavidez first and foremost.
yeah, I mean, I literally have him on the poll. I don't have Badu Jack. I didn't have Earl till Mario came. So, yeah, man, you guys just, it would be better if you paid attention to the things that are being said. That way you don't have to pay for a call and lose your money looking silly. Ronnie in Phoenix, what's up?
Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing today, man?
Straight.
We all want to see Benavidez fight. I think that's the obvious. Is everyone's pushing for the same fight. I don't like the Mal fight because he's too small. He's going to come up two-weight division, and it doesn't make sense to me. I understand the undisputed versus undisputed, but we got to keep that same energy. If we're going to sit here and say Shakur doesn't deserve a shot, I don't think Mal deserves a shot. And I'm saying
Whoa.
Shakur
Shakur and Mel are two
two-weight
different
division champion
things.
and unified.
Shakur and Mel are two
Huh?
different things. Shakur, he never fought Gary. He didn't undispute. He didn't fight Cordina. Stop acting like they're the same. They're not the same. One man cleaned out the division.
So Mal's a two-weight division champion?
Another man left 2 fights we wanted. And this is what I'm saying. I'm from Newark, New Jersey, but they call me biased. I'm telling you the truth about Core. I could be lying, saying he the man. But we know he ain't call out Gary. We know he ain't get that fight with Gary. We know Gary had the WBC. Y'all want me to lie. And y'all like to lie. I don't do that. He didn't fight Cordina.
I'm not lying about nothing.
He didn't fight Warrington.
We got to keep the same energy.
He ain't fight Warrington or Cordina. So how you saying he deserve it more than Charlo, who's undisputed?
But who's Cordina?
The IBF
Cordina
champion.
He barely made a
The
name for
IBF
himself
champion.
ago, right?
The IBF champion.
I'm just saying we got to keep that same energy, Ness. We can't. He's a two-weight division champion, unified, and he's one of the best in the current division right now. And he's at least had one.
And that is true. And that is true.
We're talking about Mal moving up 2-weight classes.
And that is true. But Jermel is undisputed. There's no dispute that he cleared out his division. How could you say that Shakur deserves it more?
And
Jermel beat champions. Like, again, I hate when y'all do this because y'all don't know the sport. I gotta look like the guy that's hating on Shakur. Bro, Valdez. What about the first belt? This is what I'm saying. Like, y'all make me look like the hater because I gotta give you the facts, bro. Like, look up the sport, man. Because then Core hears this, I'm a hater because I'm telling you the fucking truth. What's up?
Me?
You the only one unmuted.
Oh, you talking to me? Oh, my bad, man. My bad. I was choking. So, I'm going to clear up my comment earlier. So, I was just, like, poking the hole at Tank was saying he was fake the boxing. But I think Canelo has hit a point in his career where he got that Mayweather effect, right? So, if he fight Charlo, he ducked Benavidez. If he fight Benavidez, then he ducked, like, Triple G for the 4th time. So, I feel like no matter what Canelo do, he always gonna be like the bad one. So people always have a reason to complain. about what he do at this point because he has so many options. You know what I mean? And I don't know how many fights he has left, but I do think that I would like to see him get it back in blood. Like if he go and beat Bevo, then there's only one other guy he got to beat to unify 175 pounds. And I think he could do it. I don't think Arthur Diaz is that technically sound, but I mean, we've seen Bevo beat him. But I think Canelo can beat Diaz. I don't think he can beat Bevo though. If I'm being honest. I just don't think he can beat him based off I don't want to make adjustments. Like, I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do and hope it works. That's my call.
All right, brother. All right. Appreciate you calling in. We got a $10 super chat from Bobby Shaw. So the face of boxing means don't redeem losses. Canelo hasn't redeemed any losses yet, and Mario better be busy with Mandos. Canelo fight Bivol at 68. You already sicked Zurdo on him. This is sad, Canelo Posey. Bobby, you're spending so much money to throw insults. At least get him right. Zurdo was with Golden Boy. That has nothing to do with Canelo. So silly. It was also a mandatory by the WBA. Lord have mercy. These children. We're going out to Tran. What's up?
Yo, what's good, champ? How you feeling today, man?
All good.
That's good. Yeah, man. I like all the options, honestly. And Canelo, he's always gonna get criticized no matter what he do or who he fights. All those options are good options. Um, Personally, I would like him to run it back with Beagle. I think Benavidez should fight David Morrell. I think there's been some talks that them two are supposed to be fighting. I think Benavidez is tailor made for Canelo, and I think he gets him out of there. But I believe Bivol is the fight to make for everything, the narratives of everything, getting it back, running it back, trying to avenge that loss. Then eventually, after that, he can go up, unify with better beef. Then he can make a big, big, big fight with Bivol again, trilogy for all the belt. So, me personally, I want to see him avenge that loss. I want to see what adjustments he can be able to make from the first fight. And if that's not on the table, then I would like him to see face Maul or Male for sure. I know Eddie was talking about that possibly a fight with Charlo is on the horizon. So I think that fight with Maul be more realistic. But yeah, man, I would want to see Beeble first, then go up, try unify with Better BF, and then do a trilogy with Beeble. But I don't know if he'd be able to keep his titles, all the titles at 68. Probably have to drop him if he, just stays up there. But I think that's the best route for Canelo. But any of those fights, man, it's going to be a good fight for Canelo, and people are going to tune in. And regardless of who he fights, they're going to find a way to criticize Canelo. So Canelo in the lose-lose situation, in my opinion, no matter who he fights. But I think all the options on there is good. I think he breaks Mayo face, man. I think Mayo would be too small. I think he would get Spence out of there. I think he's too small. I don't think he's going to be fighting at a catch weight or below 168 no time soon, me personally. So I would like to. But, that's my call.
Vega, what up? Vega. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility. I hear you.
Yo, all right. Good morning. First things first, I just want to give JP his flowers. He's the first two-time champion in the Pick'em League. So shout out to JP. I just feel real good about this week, my chances to become two-time myself. When it comes to Canelo, I think Option King, it's the truth, right? I mean, look, all these guys I can see being next. And there's a storyline for everybody. Arrows put 40,000 multiple times or more in Texas. You got Badu Jack. It'd be what a fifth division, which would tie the record, I think, for Mexican fighters. Andre, from their past, Jermall Charlo. You got Jermel, undisputed versus undisputed, and then of course you got the big one, Bivol, the get back. But man, I'm just not gonna stop screaming it. There's nothing else I fucking want besides David Benavidez. That's it. The fight makes sense. You can run Mexican versus Mexican, right? Everyone loved the battles between Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera, right? Even Marquez Barrera. It's big time fighting, right? He's the undisputed champion. Mario Munguia mentioned it earlier that it's the one champion that he didn't get a chance to fight because he lost his belt outside the ring. But he's undefeated. They now have a common opponent. Right, Canelo did knock him out, but Benavidez beat the shit out of Caleb Plant towards the end of that fight. And it's like, yo, you are undisputed. Yo, stay in your division, knock off all the dudes, and then go ahead and jump up and jump down or do these catch weights, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Other than that, none of it makes sense to me as a boxing fan. I want to see the best of the best, especially within the division. That is what is exciting. That's what helps grows the sport. Not all this other bullshit where you just make up a storyline, you create your own narratives, and then it's what else you want Canelo to do? He's got to fight everybody. Well, if he's the face of boxing, they say he's pound for pound, that's exactly what I would like to see. Maybe you can make excuses. Maybe the Mexican down the street can, but not me. I don't want to see all this bullshit. And is Mario still there?
Yes, I am. And great call, by the way.
I got a question for you. What do you think was a better ring entrance? I'm talking about overall. Like after you watched it, you felt like, damn, that was great. Was it Canelo in Guadalajara, or was it Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico at WWE Backlash?
Oh, damn. That's a good question. Oh, man. I saw them both on the same night, and they were epic. I'll be honest. I had way more fun watching Bad Bunny walk to the ring. But Canelo, like, that was just impressive because it was boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I expect that stuff from wrestling. So for boxing, it was like, whoa. Like, I hope people follow suit. I hope the next face of boxing, Gervonta Davis, has the same kind of, walkout one day.
Davidian, what up?
What's good, Ness? What's good, Mario?
What up? What up?
What up?
What up? I mean, Canelo, just like my man Vegas said, I really want to see the David Benavidez versus Canelo. Why not? You say you're the best, which you have proven over the years, but these last couple guys, like, they're okay. John Ryder and Callum Smith, like, they're all right, but we want to see what's wrong with Mexican versus Mexican. Like, I want to see that. Like, Benavidez,
You do know Callum
is
Smith's fighting
nice.
better beef, right?
Say again. What about Better Beef?
Callum Smith is fighting better beef.
Okay, I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. I mean, I ain't got no problem with Callum Smith or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I want to see the David Benavidez versus Canelo. Like, do not run from that. I'm not saying he's running, but don't, I don't know, the whole thing about Bivol. It's cool you want to get his get back, but shit, that's no guarantee either that you're gonna win now. I feel like Bivol can beat Canelo like again. And maybe even because he's not the biggest 175er, like he could come down and take your belts there. So, just I ain't got no problem with the Bivol fight, but if you beat Bivol, then you need to face Benavidez. Like instead of going up and down and all this other stuff, like face who you supposed to face. No more John Riders, please. But yeah, that's my call. I still love Canelo.
So
God bless you.
you rather
That's
him
my call.
vacate a belt? Cause he got discredited for that when he vacated allegedly the IBF. He blames Golden Boy, but he did get discredited for that. So I mean, it's either fight the mandatory like Bud and Bernard Hopkins or get stripped. You you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. What up, Mario?
What up?
What you got on what you got on my 40, homie?
What up, champ? Good to hear from you.
Hey, listen, I got some words. This is what my man Bill said. I think it's much more interesting to fight at 168, says Bibble. And why? Because after the fight, first thing Canelo said was, maybe this is not my weight class. And second, I want to be motivated too. I don't want to be motivated only by money for this fight. I want to be motivated for the belts. I can make 168 because now my weight, it's about 185. Why not? It'll be a new experience for me. No excuses about weight. So all you motherfuckers who keep crying, yo, if he go to 168, he'll be drained. Shut up. Quit speaking for the man. He's already spoken for you. Like me, the face of the chat, I just spoke for y'all. If the man speaks, we go by his words, not by yours. Anytime the person says something, we use their words. Your opinion does not matter anymore. So if he want to go to 168, he's comfortable, say he can make the weight, he don't want no excuses, run that shit. Secondly, I remember another article said that PBC first offered Canelo Charlo. It wasn't Benavidez. It was Charlo. He turned it down. They came back with the 2-fight deal, putting Benavidez on it as well. So in PBC's mind, the biggest fight was Charlo, not Benavidez. Now, I do want to see him fight Benavidez, but nobody's saying that he's not the best at 168. Unlike Devin, where they're saying Tank is the best. So them need to fight because they're not giving Devin his respect. But Canelo, how many of y'all, just because y'all want to see the fight, don't actually believe he's the best at 168? It's one thing to want to see a fight. It's another to think that the guy isn't the best. Canelo don't give a fuck if y'all want him to fight. We all know that. Canelo fight, he do what he want. But reality is, Canelo is the best at 168. He ain't got to fight Benavidez for the shit. But
Yes, a hard debate to back. People don't think he's the best because Benavidez is there. There's that old argument that Canelo would have never even went to the division had Benavidez not lost his belts. Now, I don't believe that shit, but that's the stupidity that some people say. Rico, what up?
Yo, good morning, Ness. Good morning, Mario.
Morning.
And I want to see the Charlo fight. Myself. What's the bigger fight?
Which Charlo?
David
Which
Benavidez
Charlo?
The undisputed Charlo.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see undisputed versus undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for all the belts. That's what I want to see. I think it's a bigger fight. Is Mexican versus black? I think it's a big fight. When you're going Mexican versus Mexican, you only search with one group of people. But you bring in some more eyes having Charlo fight Canelo. Now, if Canelo gets
that
through
is
Charlo,
true.
he gotta fight. He gotta fight David Benavidez now. But why not give the man a shot at undisputed versus undisputed, where you have all the belts on the table, and let's see who's the better man. Charlo is a good boxer, good power. Canelo's flat-footed, but a good boxer. Let's see who's the better man. Fill up Texas Stadium, fill up Cowboys Stadium, make good money. Like I said yesterday, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And that fight makes dollars, so it makes sense in my eyes.
All right, champ.
And that's my call.
Appreciate you. Listen, I like that argument, Rico. Mario, what's your thoughts on that? Also, anybody that's gonna call in the live chat as well. What's your thoughts on that? Is I don't want to say only Charlo, but is the bigger audience the green print that Mayweather put together all these years? Is it African American and a Mexican, or is David Benavidez and Canelo gonna get the inner city African Americans, the regular world out, the rest of the world, not just the Mexican audience, the way that caller is trying to make it seem like, they'll be losing a demographic if they did Mexican versus Mexican. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely understand that argument, and I could definitely see that. Like, if they fought, like, let's say Canelo fought both of them, and you said that the male numbers were higher, like, after they both took place, I believe that. I believe that 100%. For me, it's not about what's the bigger fight, because I do think I can make an argument that Mel Canelo is the bigger fight. For me, the best fight is Benavidez. This is a sport that is based on weight divisions. Right now, the logic is that Canelo, with all the belts, is the best at 168. Okay. He should fight Benavidez to clear that up. If he's not going to fight him, to me, one of the next biggest fights is all the belts against each other. For everybody saying that, Mel's stepping up like that, it's a lot. I agree. But look, I think he's proven that he is a pound for pound fighter. There are people that have him in the top 3 pound for pound right now. And, we gave that same luxury to Pacquiao when he was moving up. We gave that same luxury to Mayweather when he was moving up. So why shouldn't Mel have the opportunity to go for more greatness? Is there anybody out there that thinks that Canelo just 100% dominates him? I don't think that's the case.
Excuse me. We have Hawaiian Punch. F it. While we're talking wild, how about Tank versus Canelo? Maybe in
I
the
thought somebody
future.
said that too.
Maybe in the future. Bobby Shaw back with another one. He says, Simps call in. When has Canelo redeemed a loss? Maybe no one's called in to say when he has, because you're using the wrong word. Avenged?
Avenged his loss? Like,
it should be avenged. Redeem? Like, what the fuck? Is it a coupon? Is he about to go get a discount? Redeem
redeemed
his
himself.
loss.
I get that.
I mean, I don't know, but you can avenge the loss. And no, he hasn't avenged the loss, even though Mayweather didn't want to give him the rematch, remember? RRT Boxing with Mr. A. $5 Super Chat says, off topic, why no one ever bring up Shakur ducking Cordina unifying call out in the UK at 126? I mean, I don't think he ducked.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't fight him because he didn't undispute. Like, undisputed is not for everybody. Obviously Bob in that second division, I think it was Bob, trying to put it out there in the universe that it wasn't worth undisputing for Shakur, which is silly. But Bones 13, $2 super chat says Mario for the new co-host with the vote box emoji. And we got Counterpunch for CYP from B. Paulie in Michigan. Damn, I wonder if B. Paulie isn't the B. Paulie on Cash App. What the fuck? I mean,
that would be like,
it's two different. I mean, it could be two different B. Paulies.
That'd be crazy.
Shout out to B. It's my guy. Look, people don't like when I'm cut off, honey. He cutting me off in the middle of my cooking. Hey, man, you got to get the flavor. You got to get all the flavor in the food. What are you, white? Listen, man, I find it funny because I looked up as soon as I was cut off rudely and interrupted. So what I did was I said, who's the best at 168? Every single article, 10 in a row, said it was one guy. It was Canelo. I looked it up, said who's the best at 135? Only one article said Devin Haney. Most of them said Tank Davis. That's the difference, people. That's the difference. You could be the best in the division and still want to see that guy fight somebody. When Canelo was at 160, he was the best, but we still want to see him fight Charlo. We still want to see him fight Andrade. It's okay to admit that. Some of y'all hate so much that y'all just get used to it and then look stupid repeating it. Canelo is the best at 168, but we do want to see him fight Benavidez. Say this, say it with me. He is the best at 168, but we still want to see him fight Benavidez. That's just reality. The fact is, Canelo don't really give a shit that y'all just whispered that. So maybe whisper it in Spanish. David Benavidez. So say it like that. Maybe make you feel better. Canelo gonna do what the fuck he wanna do, but he don't need Benavidez for no legacy or even for his pockets. He got money, 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 money. Get Bivol at 168, no excuses, produce that shit, let Bivol beat him, and then go Bivol versus Benavidez. Or get a homecoming for in Mexico versus Benavidez and retire. Either way it go, it's money, money, money. Canelo's going down in history regardless. One loss don't make no man. Losing to one good guy don't ruin your career. And I got to take it for Canelo today. Y'all tripping with this Benavidez shit. I do want to see the fight, but he don't need that man. He don't need that man at all. CYP out.
Venom.
That was a good call, but I'll be honest. I've been gone way too long that like I'm shocked CYP like that was well said. I'm not saying CYP doesn't say well said things. It's just like that sounded like he was defending Canelo a little bit. You know what I mean? Which is kind of a surprise to me. But
Yo, so what are we talking? We're talking about why is Charlo in the conversation like Jamal?
Because he's undisputed, and he called out Canelo yesterday on his Instagram.
So we just clout chasing.
I mean, undisputed versus undisputed. You don't think he has the right? He hasn't earned the right.
I mean, didn't he lose on his way to undisputed? He lost and he got a draw.
I mean, he avenged it. Something Canelo never done. He got a couple losses that he never avenged.
Well, he's trying to avenge it, and we don't want him to avenge it. I want him to fight David.
I mean,
you
want him to fight David?
Nothing. I don't want him to fight David. I want him to fight Bivol. But as far as Jamel, he need to stay in his weight class because he got his own problems. Last time I checked, Tim is fighting again.
But he cleaned out. He cleaned out the division. So how's he got anybody's problems? Like he could move up. He could vacate.
So why hasn't he moved up?
But he got options. He's the undisputed champ. and last I checked, Zoo has a fight. He's defending his interim.
Yeah, he has a fight because Jermel don't want to fight.
No, he has a fight because he wants to fight and let him fight. But Jamel,
he's waiting on
Jamel as the undisputed. But that's what I'm saying. Jamel as the undisputed champ is trying to get a bigger fight than his mandatory. There's nothing wrong with that. He's undisputed. He deserves it. Remember when Josh Teller undisputed, everyone wanted him to move up and fight Crawford for a bigger fight. He deserved it. Like, why do you guys don't keep the same energy for some people? It's fucking weird. Like, cool. It's cool. It's cool for you as a boxing fan, for you as Sean to want Bivol versus Canelo. That's cool. But don't discredit Jermel. Oh, he needs to do this. He's got business there. He's got to handle it. No, he don't. Tell the truth. No, he don't. No, he don't. He's undisputed. He's undisputed.
If he don't got business at that weight class, move the fuck up. What is he waiting there for?
Brother, the business you say he got, how the fuck he got it if the guy got to fight?
He got it because the guy, he's injured supposedly. He's injured.
All right, bro. All right.
I'm just saying.
Jamel got the fight on schedule. Jamel got the fight on schedule, not Zoo. It's not Zoo. I'm sorry, man. You deal in fantasy, I deal in black and white in reality. That's the fucking problem.
No, I'm saying he got a bigger brother, which is way more realistic. And
why we even bringing up the bigger brother who, first of all, genetically they're twins, homie. You understand? Like, what are we talking about? Did this dude's bell ring and I missed it or something?
We got a bigger brother that's at 160. He's been calling out Canelo. He ain't just clout chasing.
My
like
man
Jamel
been out for 2 years.
Monday night.
He been out for 2 years. Did you not see Jamal on the interview with them dudes? Come on, man.
Yeah, check out that Brandon Marshall podcast.
All right, bro. You win, bro. You win. I didn't know the Tank win was gonna turn you into this. You never been like this. You're not realistic. You're not realistic.
Jermel's clout chasing.
Ryan Garcia wasn't clout chasing, but fucking undisputed Jamel is clout chasing. I gotta go. I heard the bell. You lying. Get the fuck out of here, bro. This is what I'm saying. Ryan Garcia wasn't clout chasing. He ain't done a motherfucking thing to get the big fight. Jermel, undisputed, was scheduled to fight Tim, got injured legitimately. Even the WBO questioned it. He had to show proof. But he's, man, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here with this weird shit, bro. CYP counterpunch from somebody. Oh, yeah, Tyrone.
There we go. There we go, Tyrone. There we go. You know what I'm saying? I had to call Tyrone. I appreciate that. But look, Hey, this is what I want y'all to do. If you think, but no bullshit. If you think that Benavidez beats Canelo at 168, beats him, put a one in the chat. If you think he don't beat him, put a two, right? Just be honest. Don't hate. Don't think about who you like. Be honest. If you think he beats him, put a one. If you think he don't beat him, put a two. I want to see this because I'm trying to get some information gathered to see if how people really feel about this matchup. Because I always say if you really want to see a fight, you probably think dude could probably win, right? But if you don't really want to see the fight, you just kind of talking, you probably don't think he can win. See, I find it funny that we wanted the Andre Ward Kovalev, like hardcore fans, but we wanted. That motherfucker didn't do no numbers. So I'm not the only one who pays attention to this shit. Like promoters pay attention to it too. Everything we say and want, they usually ignore what we fucking say. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be so fucking mad. They don't care what we say. We do this shit every day, talking the same old shit, and they look at people who not us. They look outside of the boxing community because that's how they make their money. Canelo doing the same shit. And Mario, right? I am defending Canelo because the truth of the matter is, I fucked with Canelo hard as fuck until the computer raw shit, and I backed up off him because of that. But I started coming back when I realized, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? My man gonna be what he is regardless of what we say. He gonna be in the Hall of Fame, remembered in Mexico forever, one of the greatest boxers ever. And we just actually it's kind of a waste of fucking time because boxers, when they get up there, A side, they do what the fuck they want. They really don't look down on us, man. I mean, some of y'all need to realize when your boxer makes A side, you might stop being a fan of his because he gonna do whatever the fuck he want to do. So again, one, if you think he could actually beat Canelo. Two, if you think he can't. CYP out.
Dude, that literally just went like I tried to count them and it was just went too fast. It's just too fast. There's like so many. I think almost like half of the chat voted. Well, maybe not half.
Mike, what up?
Yo, yo.
Yo.
Yeah, I agree with CYP in his last two calls because as much as we all want Benavidez versus Canelo, but in Canelo's eyes, it's like I can go up and basically do what I want because you're the man. Let me ask you a question. Even though Benavidez and Boots are kind of different in where they're at in their careers, you think it's similar to where I know Sean Porter was saying, I'm not going to go backwards to fight Boots, or I'm going to fight the dudes I came in with because it's more risk than
Yeah, I
reward if I
mean,
fought
but
Boots.
that's not the case for Canelo. Canelo Benavidez is 10 times more lucrative than Porter Boots. Like it just don't
But
sell the same. People don't care about it the same either. Like more people care
but
about Canelo versus Benavidez than they would have cared about Boots fighting
yeah, true,
Porter.
true. But do you think Canelo's looking at it like this is a young dog? I'm not trying to get myself into a war and possibly lose when I could fight whoever I want to fight.
Yes and no, because when you on that level, I think you understand. Like if you want to make the $55 million, you have to fight the Benavidez's. You ain't gonna make that.
Now with Bivol, or you don't think you're gonna do that with Bivol?
Hell no, bro. How many pay-per-views
So
did Bivol and Canelo sell? Come on, man.
what
Hell
do you
no.
think is stopping them then?
I mean, he's gonna do it when he's ready. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna fight Benavidez when they want. It's like anybody, bro. Floyd fought people when he wanted. He ain't fight Cotto
But
and
but
and, and, and Mosley in they prime.
but the later he waits, don't you think it's an advantage towards Benavidez?
Yes and no. Floyd waited and he beat them boys. It is yes and no. You could say that Benavidez is gaining experience the longer Canelo waits, but Canelo's also downloading information and seeing what mistakes he makes. Keith, what up?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Hello?
Yes. Champ, we hear
I
you,
can't hear
Keith.
you, Ness. I'm gonna call back in.
All
Go ahead, move
right.
on.
All right. Loco.
Hello?
What up?
What up, man? How you doing? Shout out to the Boxing Voice. Hit that like and that subscribe, retweet, share the content. It's great. You always doing your thing. Keep grinding. I had to talk about that one caller that called beforehand talking about Jamel. I ain't understand what he was trying to say because, Jamel Charlo's resume is a lot better than Jamal's, and it's because he stayed at 154, in my opinion. Like, there ain't nobody to fight at 160, so why move up? I would rather him defend all his belts that he has. He earned all those belts. He took all those belts from champions. Like, not one vacant title shot. So I didn't understand where he was going with that. So
Well, all right, Loco. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate you, man. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We got numbers on Twitter Spaces. What's good? Numbers. If you want to call in, the number to call 1-425-569.
Yo, could I
5241. Yeah, if you got to make an
could I real
outro, go
yeah, I'm just
ahead.
gonna do my outro real quick. Man, listen, it was a great show. Thank you, Ness, for inviting me on. Chat, y'all are the fucking funniest community on YouTube boxing. I promise you. Hit me at Mario Munguia on Twitter, at Mario Munguia on Instagram, at Mario Munguia on Facebook. Please go to Infighting Pod on YouTube, IG, and Twitter, and please subscribe. Oh, and please look for my first article for NewYorkFights.com being published tonight on the Rolly fight. Shout out to Michael Woods. Thank you, Ness. Thank you for seriously, and thank you for everything. Obviously, I'm here today because of all this shit. So so please go read that article. Peace.
Peace. So, ladies and gents, if you're just tuning in, we do have a poll. It's asking, who should Canelo fight next? Fight undisputed, Jermell Charlo, 27%. Fight David Benavidez, 57%. Fight Dimitri Bivol, 13%. Fight Earl Spence at 164, 3%. I got Nike Hendricks. What up?
Yo, you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right, man. Shouts out to you, Ness. Shouts out to bro who just left. Did his intro. Shouts out to Danny, even though he ain't there. Man, these people are crazy, man. I'm not even a Canelo fan. I don't even like real talk. Like, I don't even think Canelo is. I mean, he a good ass fighter, but I don't think he won the great because he cheated. But at the end of the day, like CYP said, the man is the best at 168. But me, myself, I feel like he had his best at 154. He did, like, the best of his career was at 154. But the man, 32 years old, he's getting no younger. I'd rather see him fight Charlo because Charlo was there before Benavidez. Even though Benavidez is a good-ass
But
fight.
right now,
So,
Charlo's been out the ring so long. Do you really want to pay for that? Like, we going to have to
I
pay for
understand
that.
what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but yeah, I would. Because guess what, though? Charlo would be motivated by that. And I'm talking about Jamal. Let me, because, most people might say, oh, what's Charlo? Because, both of them got the same last name. But I'm talking about Jamal, 168. Because Jamal Charlo, he'll be motivated because it's Canelo. It's an undisputed champ.
But he been out.
And it's something he wanted for the longest. That's like with the Loma Haney. You see what Haney said? I don't like Loma. Loma made me wait 4 years to fight him. I want to beat him bad. I want to retire him. So you don't think Charlo will feel the same way, even with him being inactive 2 years? But if he don't fight Charlo, hell yeah, give us that Benavidez fight. Give us that Benavidez fight, and then after that, if it ain't Charlo or Benavidez, after them two, either or, Canelo after that, just fucking take your money fights. Take the bullshit fight. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I don't think he's going to be a Hall of Famer because of the cheat, but he is because it's boxing antics. But at the end of the day, the man getting no younger. He 32, going on 33, or just turned 32, either or. The man getting no younger, man. What y'all want to see after Charlo or Benavidez? Y'all want to see him just fight, get his ass beat, bloodied up? Like, he getting no older. I mean, no younger. And with the John Ryder fight, even though Ryder wasn't up to his comp, that was a good ass fight. Ryder got knocked down, what, 3 times? I know it's twice. Ryder got knocked down twice for sure, but I want to say 3, twice for sure. And Ryder was bloodied the fuck up from them Canelo haymakers. So I just think, man, he should give us either that Charlo or that Benavidez. And I think if he do fight Bivol, yeah, Bivol should do it at 168. Because, man, you came up to 175. You tried to be great. Canelo, that wasn't you, 175. Like, defend your belts again at 168. And
Nike, thanks for calling in, champ. We going out to numbers, trying you again.
Check my check.
What's up?
Y'all here? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, I can hear you. All right, so I guess I heard Mario calling off. I don't know what's going on with Twitter, but good morning, Nez. Buenos dias. Buenos dias to the bozos calling in with their bullshit ass take. I was thinking and shit when I was doing my morning workout that, like, cause I'm of the conversation. I'm of the mindset that I would like to see Canelo in one more fight, like either with a Charlo or a Berlanga. Berlanga, because of the youth, like he's gonna kind of have the similar style to Benavidez, just to shake off that rust. You feel me? And at the end of the day, it's funny how people hold the face of boxing to a different standard than their favorite fighter. You feel me? Like, keep the same energy and
Yo, numbers. You got to call numbers?
Yep.
Numbers? If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up while we give numbers a couple seconds to reconnect. He out here dropping the ball. All right. Well, we're going to keep the lines moving. Let me go to... Okay, El Guapo, what's goody? El Guapo. Gotta unmute, champ. You got your mic muted.
Yo.
What up?
Oh, what's up, man? I ain't never called in, so I figured the topic, it got to the point to where, I figured I'd say something. But as far as Canelo, like I don't see the trying to hype up the Charlo fights. The Charlo fight, it's like you get a wino getting on Instagram Live and just talking. It's been 2 years. So like I don't feel like how he's earned the right
Oh
to
no,
just
that's
jump into it.
not that Charlo. Well, I guess you're right. Maybe you defending. I mean, you go in at some callers, but keep in mind we're talking about Jermel, the undisputed champ, who called out Canelo on his Instagram. So when you say a wine on Instagram, I'm not sure. Did you watch it, or are you
I mean,
confusing the two brothers?
I don't know who. I don't know. I figure like they're both winos at this point, man.
Even though one is undisputed, though, like, does it matter that one cleaned out his
Oh,
division?
you talking about one jumping up from 154?
Yeah. Like Khan.
I mean,
like Mikey. Mikey did it with Earl. Did you watch that fight? Did you pay for it?
Got his ass beat.
But did you pay
I mean,
for
it's
it?
just yeah.
All right.
But I'm
so you was
I watch every,
intrigued. So you was intrigued.
I do,
but were you intrigued with Mikey moving up to challenge Earl?
It was more wanting to watch Errol, but it wasn't like I didn't think.
So you
that
wouldn't be intrigued with Jermel, the undisputed champ, fighting the undisputed champ 2 divisions above. So it's all the belts come to the press
I mean,
conference to
it's
the
more so
weigh-in.
the Charlo. It's more so the Charlos are not likable. So it's just like
Mm.
for him to jump a Benavidez who's been doing it at that weight is kind of like frustrating because that's just the fight that's there. I don't want to mention Berlin.
But what about this? You said they not likable. So don't you want to see them get their ass beat?
That's the point. Like I don't know if you watch wrestling back in the day or whatever. Like there's guys that you hate, and it's like that type of heat where you're like, damn, I like Mayweather. People, not me, but people would pay to watch him lose.
So
But
you won't even pay to
it's
watch
go away.
Charlo lose.
It's like go away heat. Like it's just like I don't really care. Like what the 154 Charlo I respect because he stays more on a consistent schedule, but it's not neither one of them are really doing anything, and I just feel like they feel entitled to shit.
All right, champ. Well, that was the bell. Um, Interesting take. I'll tell you that. Interesting take. We got Twitter Spaces and Discord open, rocking and rolling. Where you at? We on the check-in right here, youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. If you haven't already subscribed yet and do so, we're trying to get to that goal, 170. Who we got? Leads low. Decatur, Georgia. What up?
TBV, what happening, man?
What's happening?
Man, everything kosher, man. Everything kosher. So here you go. I'm finna rip. All right, so the Mexican versus the Mexican is the better fight for me. The reason why is because the Mexican and the black shit don't never go away. But because we done had the black and Mexican shit for so long and nothing cracked, and now we got a new face, even more, probably more of a threat. That's why I say David Benavidez and Canelo is the better fight. Now, I want to give a shout out to John Ryder. A lot of people trying to say Canelo he lost a step. Maybe he lost a half a step, but y'all got to give Ryder the goddamn get him his props for sticking this shit out, and the motherfucker had a broke nose. We got to stop looking at just because a ass boxer don't give you the expectation you think he should get in the fight. You got to look at the opponent also. You know what I'm saying? Cause Canelo was in there cracking. Goddamn, Ryder was just taking them hoes. Now, now I got who I would like to see Canelo fight. Like I said, Benavidez or Bivol at 168. Why 168? Because he went up to 175. Bivol did what he did to his ass, and now it's Bivol A-side, right? And people like talk A-side shit. You know, I'm not one of it.
But he
if
not
you
the
want to play the
A-side,
A-side shit, well,
because
he won in my eyes. He's A-side. I feel you.
But when have you seen the dude that beat the A-side become the A-side in the rematch? The contract still is the A-side's contract. Always has been.
Well, if that's well, cool bean. I dig it. But he got his ass whooped, so which called Bivol the man. Now here go I'm gonna throw a little loop in there for you for Canelo ass. Fight both Charlos. Fight and listen this. Fight Big Charlo first, then come back and get Mel. The reason I say fight Big Charlo, no disrespect at all, my nigga. Big Charlo through. And I'm gonna say that with the most respect possible. That people don't know that liquor is not no motherfucking joke, bro. And you can tell by his actions as he's off that shit. He done slowed down some. It's looking bad. I wish him nothing but the best. But honestly, I think he through. Get Canelo, fight him first, get him his little payday. I'm finna finish this. Then come back and get Jamel. That my column. I'm out. Shout out to the caller. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody, man. Let's keep boxing alive, shout. I'm out there, camp.
For sure, champ. Appreciate you calling in. Let's see. We got Rocky in the 954.
What's going on, Ness? What's going on, TBV? So, yeah,
up?
man, I just wanted to weigh in on this. I want the Mel Charlo fight next, man. I think out of everybody, he deserves it the most. He actually did what Canelo did. He cleaned out his division. So besides him, you know, going through everybody and picking up the belts, I just think it's the more entertaining type fight for me. David Benavidez, yeah, of course that'll be a good matchup too, but he can wait. That's the way I feel. You know, when people try to compare Canelo with Tank, the body of work is different. You can't really compare the two. I understand they're both A-sides, but like Canelo could retire today and go into the Hall of Fame. He don't really need anybody. The fact that he's still fighting is beautiful. You know, I want to see them all, but I think Canelo can pick and choose. And it's not hypocritical because it was the same with Floyd Mayweather. When he got that Showtime deal, he didn't fight Keith Thurman. He ain't going there with Sean Porter. There was Errol Spence, but we didn't expect him to. He proved this point. You know, the only fight we were clamoring for really was the Pacquiao fight, but that was in his own era, and he did handle that. After that, anything he gave us was a bonus. He fought Berto on the last fight. I ain't hear nobody saying he was ducking Thurman at the time. I mean, maybe that was a low minority, but we understood what it was. So I feel like it's the same thing with Canelo. He got the options. He's the option king. I personally, like I said, I like to see the Mel fight. I would like to see the Benavidez fight, and Errol Spence in Texas would be great too. But I think that's all to Canelo's discretion. And just real quick too on the Ryder fight, man, I do think that Canelo took a slight little step back. What happened to the head movement, man? He used to have back in the day, man. What was that Danny Jacobs head movement? I feel like at 168, it's not the same, or last two or three fights. But that's it, man. Thank you for letting me get my opinion off as usual. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, champ. Appreciate you. Appreciate each and every one of y'all rocking out with me. I'm here every morning, man. Breakfast Club of Boxing. I got a counterpunch, numbers, Twitter. What up? For those that don't know, $5 gets you a counterpunch. What's a counterpunch? That is
The boxing voice numero uno, cash out for that counterpunch because unlike CYP, I pay for my own counterpunches. I don't need a bunch of grown ass men paying for me to speak. But just I got a call this. That's why I had to hop off the last call. So what I was going at was that narratives aren't necessarily a bad thing. You feel me? Because that's how you sell the fight. And so the narrative around either Charlo, right? Male with the undisputed, Maul being like really technically the longest waiting in line. But the thing with Maul is that I don't think boxing, right? The fans, the sports executives, whatever, should reward sitting out that long. Personal problems as they may be or whatever, right? Because like I understand the struggle with alcoholism. Like that's something sober a year and a half now or getting close damn near to it. So it's not easy, but at the same time, like, there is like that belt should have already been vacated. You feel me? Almost 3 years in. But and what I was saying with Berlanga was that kind of like a similar mold to Benavidez in order to shake off the rust because the Canelo that we saw against Ryder, while not washed like the fucking haters were saying, but like definitely rusty. You feel me? Definitely, you could tell he was coming off surgery. The head movement wasn't there. The defense wasn't there, and almost like a little lack of killer instinct. So it's just I think more time in the ring of like actual being there at fight night, where I think he will be ready for. Because bro, Canelo has given us every fight we wanted to see, damn near, right? And so he has earned the right to be the option king in order to call his shots, and so it's just funny to hear how contradicting voices or opinions have now switched up to like holding Canelo to this standard that they won't hold the rest of the boxers. Errol Spence is crazy to me. Errol Spence has Crawford in front of him, and even then, like he's 2 weight classes, almost 3 weight classes, damn near. He's at 147, right? So yeah, 2, and so I think that shit's out of the question. But definitely Mel Maul, Benavidez or Berlanga. And I don't think people understand what the fuck a mandatory is, bro. Like, Google this shit, bro. Like Ness is saying, look in the mirror before you call in. Google what a mandatory is, bro. I'm out.
numbers. Appreciate the call. We got Lemmy. What up?
Hey, what up, Ness? I was calling after I heard you say something about Mayweather. I didn't really know what you were trying to say there. Were you saying that Mayweather was picking and choosing so that he can get these guys when they were not in their prime? Is that what you're trying to say his goal was there? Or like, what was the idea
I'm
back there?
saying that the facts are he didn't fight Mosley and uh
Manny.
the other guy Cotto when they were, prime
Cotto, yeah.
welterweights,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you can say the same for Manny too. That's what a lot of people that hate on Mayweather say that I've heard. But I don't. You're not saying it from that angle. You're just saying that he do that because he's A-side. He gets to do what he wants to do. So shut up. Nobody talk about him.
That's the same thing Canelo's doing. Like he'll fight them guys when he's ready, just like Mayweather did. Mayweather eventually fought Cotto and eventually fought Mosley.
Now, when he fought, it's been I haven't seen those fights in a while, but I mean, Cotto and Mosley. I mean, you could say they weren't in their prime, but they weren't old either. I mean, they're like that age we're talking about right now, that 32, right? They weren't that old, I don't think. I mean, I give him full credit for those fights, man. I mean, he's straight up a legacy fighter, and a lot of the guys he fought, I mean, they were in their primes. I would say you don't think he ducked people, do you? You're not trying to say Mayweather ducked people on purpose, or is that what you're trying to say? I don't know.
I mean, some days I say he avoided some fighters like Paul Williams, Margarito,
Bro,
Triple G.
Margarito, oh man,
I
he
feel
would have
like he could have fought
destroyed
Triple G. I
Triple G.
hate that people like, oh my God, Triple G, he wanted him to fight a middleweight. Meanwhile, Canelo's out here fighting light heavyweights, and he started his career at 140.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, there's
Right.
certain things certain guys could do because they're that skilled, and I felt like Mayweather was so skilled, so fast, he would beat Triple G. Would it have been a tough fight? Maybe, maybe not, because Canelo didn't land a punch, and he's more athletic. You understand? So, Triple G was on record saying he'll go down to 54 for Mayweather. So if Mayweather fought, Canelo at 52, but he was 23, you could fight Triple G at 54, and he was like 36. So you know what I mean? It was definitely a window there. It was a window, but that's me as a fan wanting something, and Mayweather knew what he wanted, and what he wanted was big ticket fights. Not to say that wasn't a big ticket fight. That was a big ticket fight, in my opinion.
I hear you. But real quick, just on the main question, so I definitely would prefer Benavidez. I like the Charlo thing with Undisputed. I don't know, man. I feel like Benavidez just makes more sense. It's just better at. Man, I think Benavidez actually has a better chance of beating him too. I don't think Charlo would beat him. I know he's got all the belts and all that. I don't know, man. I'm not seeing it there, but Benavidez for sure. That's me, bro. Take care, bro.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. Got Big Balls Nino. What up?
Yo, Nash, you can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I was arguing with motherfuckers all day yesterday about that boo-boo shit, man. But about this Canelo, well, let me speak on the Floyd shit. Is that from your side? Because that ain't my side. I hear all that background noise.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, I ain't turn off Lemmy. My bad.
For sure. Yeah, but with Floyd, man, I feel like a lot of people don't realize the people they wanted Floyd to fight back in the day, like Floyd wasn't even in that weight division at the time. A lot of the times they wanted Floyd to move up. So I just want some people to go back, look at the Botrek, just look at the other fighters and where they was at, and look at where Floyd was at, what division he was in, and then just ask yourself why you wanted Floyd to move up and shit like that, and why he was taking out the trash in his division. But
you
to the
said it.
Canelo
You
thing,
said
man.
it. It was trash. Like, let's be real, man. Maidana had like 6 losses at the time. Khan had already beat him up, and we wanted Khan, and you gave us Maidana. Someone Khan dropped, had rolling around the floor like a little brother. And Mayweather never did that. Mayweather had 2
It's
fights with a dude
understood.
that Khan beat. So, yeah, there's arguments for
It's
people that Mayweather avoided.
And that's what I said. Like you could talk about it, but like at the same time, I just feel like Floyd gave us. Well, I feel like when he was younger, he gave us the more tougher fights. When he was older, he picked his more selective fights, like we seeing with Canelo. But I was speaking on the Canelo thing. It's like the only problem I have with Canelo is that he didn't fight Charlo and Boo Boo growing up, and he's still and like now he mentioning Charlo, but he ain't mentioned Boo Boo. And Boo Boo already at 168. Charlo ain't fought in 2 years. That's what I don't like. And it's like these people bring up, oh, what Boo Boo and Charlo then did to deserve the fight. Motherfucker, they did enough to make me want to see the fight back then. I don't give a fuck who Shakur beat from this point, this day forward. I want to see him versus Tank. If he chased Tank up to 147 and Tank don't give him a shot, I feel like that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be like, yo, Shakur, well, what you doing with your career? Who you fight till then to deserve a shot? Motherfucker, you a 2-division world champion in your division. Take that motherfucker out. And motherfucking his fans is, oh, doo-doo trash and doo-doo this, doo-doo that. Motherfucker, if he's so sorry, tell Canelo to send the contract. He at 168. But like I said, I only want to see 3 fights from Canelo. Benavidez, Charlo, and Boo Boo. That's all he got left, man. But I'm out of here. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's so weird to me how bad people want that fight, man, with Andre. I just don't see that appeal, man. Honestly, I never really did. Maybe at 54, and even then it was a stretch, bro. Like a super duper stretch. You know? I got Kai, what up?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Haha. The boxing voice and conference call Facebook up in this bitch. Hell yeah. So next, last time I was on, I talked about how there was a dynamic between father figure relationship in terms of Devin Haney and Tank Davis. A lot of the people in your chat were very upset at this. But in all honesty, what do I care? The truth of the matter is that's just really what it is. It ain't nothing against Tank or nothing like that. But guess what? As boxing fans, you know what we are? We are a reflection of our favorite fighters. And this is nothing against Tank by any means of anyone's imagination. But the truth of the matter is that a lot of his fans and supporters are just the way that they are because of the fact that they didn't grow up with good father figures in their life. And that's why they're mad. They were mad at the chat. They were mad at the things that I was saying because it's the truth. That's the reason why a lot of y'all relate to Tank. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But as Muslim men, we could relate to somebody like Devin Haney, who's got a good father figure in his side, who's got a good guidance by his side, who's got somebody that can teach him the right way in and outside of the ring. Now, as far as Canelo goes, I think that we really got to give Canelo credit for going out there and taking the fights that a lot of people are not willing to take in the timely manner that he did. Sure, he didn't get to everybody. He didn't get to the Charlos. He didn't get to Benavidez. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But think of it like this. He took on Bivol. He didn't have to take on that guy. He didn't have to take on anybody that was that tough, that was that big, but he did. He lost. He tried because he went out and tried for greatness. And then with that, he wants to go out and do it again, probably right against his detriment of his legacy. But we got to give props to that because you know what? The boxing culture, unfortunately, has a stigma of people running away, of having this cowardice mentality of not fighting the tough fights. Whereas you look at with the UFC and MMA, these guys are fighting the top fighters every fight. And so we got to give him credit, and not only give him credit, but also
Kai, that is the bell, my friend. That is the bell. I got Bobby Shaw, $5 super chat says, that's definitely your third. Shout out to you. And he says, cherry pick option king sounds nice. Go fight Badu. Canelo, don't fight Mexicans. He even said it. Man, the face of boxing is needing you to save him. Papa Chubby, $2 Canadian. Can all 8 belts be on the line at a catchweight? I don't think so. B. Paulie, $2. Shout out to Mario. Appreciate you. We got Al in the Bay.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I never heard that Canelo said he wasn't fighting a Mexican. You know, um, I think him and Benavidez would be a good fight. It gives a chance for Benavidez to take the title of, the popular Mexican. Um, you know, it would have been nice on Cinco de Mayo though, but you know, um, but yeah, if Bivol wanted at 168, um, he would have to wait until um, Canelo fight Bivol. I mean, Canelo fight Benavidez, and then he can fight Bivol at 168. I think that as a better option. Um, if the fight don't go up to was it 72, I think. So um, yeah, I think people be more accepted to that. What do you think, Ness? You think that'll be a more viable option
I don't like
if
the fight
people
at
willing to wait?
68. I don't like the fight at 68. I don't, he gets a shot at David's belts. It's David's shot at them belts. I don't think that that's not fair. Let him fight him at 75 where he lost.
That's what I'm saying. After he fight Benavidez, you can get the shot at 168, but he
Yeah,
has to
yeah.
wait after he fight David Benavidez though.
I'm
I
with
think
that.
Bivol is willing to wait for that option. If he if Canelo give Bivol that option,
Yeah, I'm with
if
that.
not, he can fight Bivol now. If Bivol still want to fight for his belt, I think that would be a better option. Jamel, I can see that fight happening, but I'd rather see him fight Terrence than anything else. Because it don't seem like he's gonna. It don't seem like Terrence gonna fight Spence. So um,
Brandon, Cincinnati.
Yo, Nuts, what's going on, brother?
What up?
Yeah, as far as who I want Canelo to fight next, I want to be David. For the simple fact, David brings everything to the table. He has a good chance of beating Canelo. Not only like boxing people like Mike Tyson, but the boxing public seems to think he has a good chance of beating Canelo. Probably outside of Bivol, the best chance. And what separates David from Bivol for me is you get the total package. You get a guy that speaks fluent English. He's aggressive. The build up will be great because he ain't gonna duck no smoke with Canelo. He's gonna talk shit. He's his press conferences are entertaining. He's good on the mic, and like I said, he brings the best chance to beat Canelo outside of maybe Bivol, in my opinion. So you get everything in one with David. I've heard Mario say earlier today that he's never heard Stephen A. Smith or anybody bring up David Canelo. That's not true. Stephen A. Smith has mentioned a few times that he wants David
Yeah, I've
Benavidez
heard
versus
that for
Canelo next.
sure.
So yeah, it's just the stars is aligning for David to get the fight. That's the fight I would like to see next. As far as Bivol has a great chance of beating him again, but like I said, the build up ain't gonna be as entertaining as it would be with David. And I don't even know if he speak English. Shit, does he speak English? Shit, I don't even know. And as far as the big Charlo is just too inactive. And I wouldn't mind a little Charlo fight, but I don't think people give him as good of a shot to beat Canelo as David does. I think Lil Charlo would come in as the underdog, where I think David fuck around come in as a slight favorite right now against Canelo. So if I had to pick, I'd say David Benavidez next. I think he earned his shot by beating Plant the way he did. And if the fight was to happen, I would pick David to win. So that's what I want to see next. But yeah, I'll let you get
All
to some more
right,
callers,
champ.
man. Have a good day, brother.
Appreciate you calling in. Obviously, quick reminder, we are giving away a set of these brand new Kenichi Bear Hibernation 5s. This is our lead sponsor. If you don't know, now you know they are a detachable and attachable mic. They're a Bluetooth device so they can connect to your PlayStations, your Xbox, your phones and Androids, iPhones, all that greatness. but they have that mic. Mad Bet 100 in Kansas City uses them. Some of my truck drivers, when they call in, crystal clear quality. You can hear it for yourself. It ain't a cheap plug. It's the truth. If you can't wait for the raffle we're doing, that we're giving this set away on Saturday during the live Rolly Romero fight chat. So if you want to win that $10 raffle ticket, send that $10 Cash App, only Cash App, not YouTube Super Chat, because they taking 30% raping you records. And it just makes it easier to get the people and put them into the name generator for you get to see everybody's name on the wheel and see who wins on Saturday. So if you want to be part of the raffle, go ahead and send a $10 Cash App with your name saying you win the raffle for the Kenichi Bear. If not, head on over to KenichiBear.com, get yourself a set, use the code TBV, save 15%. I'm going out the round, boy, fresh. What up?
What up, man? What's good with you?
Another day, another
So,
show, bro. What up?
no, I know, Slip. But let me get this right. We talking about another gimmicky ass fight. Man, don't nobody want to. Only people want to see motherfucking Charlo at 54 Charlo fight Cinnamon is motherfuckers that just started looking at boxing. I'm not interested. Ain't nobody interested in that shit. The only thing that's acceptable for Cinnamon is to send her off for the Benavidez. And I clearly said send her off because it's conflicting and they can't get their shit in order over their Benavidez, over their team Benavidez, whether they want to fight Cinnamon or not. The manager said got to be on PBC, blah blah blah. Send her off for the Benavidez. We'll see how that shit pop off. The only acceptable thing for Charlo, 54 Charlo, is to either fight Bud, fight Tim, or use your spot to go get a belt at 160. That's the only thing we need to be talking about. All this gimmicky ass undisputed 54 versus undisputed at 68. Man, come on, that's some gimmicky ass shit, Mo. Y'all gotta start looking at more boxing, man. Please. I know why you do it. Like I said, you got a job you gotta do, and you eat good off this fake off these new boxing fans, man, with this garbage ass shit. But yeah, and then the only other acceptable joint, and I'm gonna keep it short, sweet, is Badu Jack. If Cinnamon ain't sending her off for the
Let me
Benavidez, and
ask
I
you
know
a question. Let me ask you a question. Did you give Mikey more of a shot to beat Earl, and did you pay for that pay per
if
view?
you check me, that was the gimmicky ass fight. I've been saying that off the rip. That was one of that. I knew exactly what was gonna happen. It was another gimmick. People love that shit, man. I'm just different.
But did you pay for it?
I didn't pay for a single penny. I didn't. Hell no. I ain't pay for that shit.
You
Why
ain't
would I
pay.
pay for that lopsided ass?
You
I
ain't
didn't
pay
check
for
me.
Earl
Check me.
versus Mikey.
Hell no. Check my Twitter. My shit is documented, Mo. I don't get on here and do all this faking like these other motherfuckers do. Man, like pay for that trash ass shit. That shit was a lopsided fight, Mo. Like, come
No,
on, man.
listen. A lot of people like that
I
fight.
know because and what did I tell you? A lot of people don't follow boxing, Mo, and I've been consistent with that. So at the end of the day, fuck the gimmicky ass shit. Benavidez, Cinnamon, male need to fight. Yeah,
But
fuck the gimmicky shit.
you gotta admit, Jamel has a better shot of beating Saturday night's version of Canelo than Mikey ever had
I don't
against
know that.
Earl.
I'm the president. I'm the Ryan's only chapter president in DC. I don't know that. All I know is if Mel want to be taken serious and thinking and wanting a cinnamon sweepstake, go to 60, get a belt, and see what happened after that. But this shit coming up next and calling Cinnamon out, we know everybody. Get it checked. I get it. He looks
That's the
vulnerable. He's
bell,
supposed.
Ron. That's the bell. But listen, I don't know. Wow, he got hella energy for that. I'm a little bit shocked that like his energy is so negative towards that. Like there's been so many dudes to move up. Like Rigondown moved up to fight Loma 2 divisions. Mikey moved up 2 divisions. Canelo moved up 2 divisions. Like, yo, so many people, you feel me? And honestly speaking, people gave Mikey a chance, not me. Obviously, I lost my Earl relationship over that shit. But like, people gave Mikey a chance based off skill. But like, right? I mean, Jamel has that same skill, if not more. People would argue. Mikey had punching power, but I don't know that he was punching more in his division in his respective division compared to Charlo. I don't know. I just give Charlo more of a shot than Mikey had. Like it's like the Rigo Loma. I gave Rigo a shot. I know a lot of people like Ness, you tripping, he too small. I thought the skill of of Rigo was gonna show out. And obviously Loma showed us that was wrong. So I definitely was mad. But I still gave him that benefit of the doubt based off how skilled he was. So I'm doing that with Charlo. Like, yo, he's skilled. He's faster. He's gonna be faster because he's lighter. Canelo's already flat-footed. I'm shocked, but outside of that, I don't want you to get confused because he said that's what we talking about. That's not what we talking about. Obviously, that is what we're talking about in the sense that we brought it up because it's out there and we want to cover all angles. But technically speaking, we're more discussing the options of Canelo and the fact that he believes he's the best fighter out here and no other fighter is doing it like him, is his quote. What's good, C-Dub?
Yo, how the audio?
Straight.
Straight, that's what's up, man. Shout out TBV, smash that like button. It's free. Do something with yourself. We had this argument, man. We had this debate on the back call. Shout out to the back call. When people move up, it's popular. I mean, you want to see it because you're looking for a champion. If they dominate, and you want them to search for another champion or search for a hard fight that you think they could lose in. But how many times has it been successful? Like, everybody is not Mayweather. Everybody not Canelo. So when you talk about Rigondeaux, he got dominated. When you talk about Mikey, he got dominated. So people don't.
Khan.
He got dominated.
You're not
Khan got
lying,
dominated.
but two special people did it. That's all
Yeah,
that
and
matters. Floyd is
everybody not
considered,
Mayweather and Canelo.
but that's the point. You
Right.
gotta let people try to be. You
Right.
gotta let them try to be like. You
Right.
could be like me and say, "Yo, this is a whack fight. I ain't buying this shit," and you're gonna lose some friends. But you still let them try, cause that's their attempt at greatness.
Correct, man. And Canelo, it's still some hope for Tank. It's still, I think Tank can give about 5 or 4 more clauses out. Because Canelo was the clause king. Now he's the option king. So you can still, if you win all your fights, you can still become the face of boxing, man, and give those clauses out, man. Everybody want Canelo to fight Benavidez. Everybody. He could do Charlo, but I think Canelo should give us a curveball, man. Surprise the people, man. That's what he need to do. He need to shake it up and say, man, I want to fight somebody that deserves this. I want to fight somebody that's undefeated, multi-division champion, that claim I've been ducking since 154. Andrade, you are next. He set the narrative. His man claim I've been ducking since 154. I'm about to shut him up right now. Like, I'm about to shut him up, and then I'm coming after David Benavidez and Charlo winner. Charlo, you haven't done anything. All I need you to do is move up to 168 and fight Benavidez. WBC can make that happen. You're a champion. I'm gonna fight the winner. And said it just like that. And watch how the numbers come in. Because people are gonna love that, man. You're humanizing yourself. You seem like a guy right now. You first ballot Hall. You seem like you first ballot Hall of Fame, but you can get the people on your side and humanize yourself and make it.
It's crazy.
And everybody appreciate that
Ain't
story,
it
right?
crazy how everybody got an opinion? I just had the last caller say that the undisputed champ at 54 don't deserve it. And you said the dude at 68 that just beat Demond Nicholson does deserve it. Funny, man. Everybody's opinion is always different. C-Dub, man, I appreciate you calling in and continuing the show. You can do the same. Discord, we out here. Love in Oregon. What up?
Hey, what's up, guy?
You're not on my level, and you will see.
What up, champ?
Canelo. Hey, yeah, it's a Canelo day,
It's a Canelo day, B.
man. Because it was May 5th, he fought on Cinco de Mayo for his people in Mexico. I
Word.
wasn't able to watch it live, which I usually try to watch the fights live, but it's like I did go back and I watched the highlights. So it was like 10-minute highlight. I know he seemed it wasn't a fun fight because the guys they were so stiff in their waist, so they didn't have no like they weren't relaxed. It wasn't fluid. And then, when you got like waist movement and rhythm, like Demetrius Andre, yeah, boo boo. It's exciting just to watch him throw his hands. Like it's like he got more than two hands. The way the punches be flying all over the place. Really, everybody just want to see Canelo get beat the fuck up, and that's what Andre would do. He would beat him the fuck up because there'll be punches like he got 8 arms and it just be coming all over the place. Like uh, Canelo, the way he fought on Cinco de Mayo for his people, they would have been devastated. If Boo Boo was in the ring. That's really what would have happened. Well, we might never get to see that though. That's sad. That make me down. It's all good. We gotta move on. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm gone.
Cool story, bro. Cool story, man. Cool story. He said Andre would have capitalized on that Canelo. Doug, what up, though? Or Douglas, my bad. I don't even know you, right? Trying to call you by nicknames and shit.
Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Okay. So here's my thing, just overall with the boxing and who should be the next matchup. Damn, that quick?
No. That's the start.
Oh, gotcha. With the thing that everybody should be matching, with the matchups and things like that. I think the media has gotten too, when I say media, I'm talking about YouTube because that's really the only place that covers it. You guys have gotten too far into the weeds as far as explaining why fights aren't happening and the business, and the media should be putting out propaganda, like forcing these guys to fight whatever, no matter what. We shouldn't have like favorites. Like there's an obvious Errol camp, there's a Crawford camp, there's a Tank camp, a Canelo camp, and what ends up happening is these promoters, they see it and they're like, well, shit, we've got 7 or 8 YouTube channels with this many followers carrying our water for us. They don't have to explain anything as to, they answer a question every now and then why a fight's not happening, but they're not being pressured by the media to put these fights on. Everybody knows it should be fucking Canelo and Benavidez. Everybody knows it, but he gets off the hook for not giving the kid a chance to fight him. And I think the only way that changes is if the media gets out of these camps and all get on one accord and force the fights the fans want to see.
That ain't never
That's
gonna
all I have to say
happen,
about it.
man. That ain't gonna happen because
Why?
Because the game changed the rules. Like you're not allowed to ask probing questions. You're not allowed to not be a company guy. It's just not allowed. You'll eventually stop getting approved. If they don't stop approving you, then they just stop answering your questions altogether. Walk away from you, turn you down, belittle you, shame you, squirt water on you. Mega things, brother. You gotta look. It's not easy out there, man. You either gotta have a relationship with them, or if you don't, you probably not getting the question answered. You gonna get, laughed at. There's not even real journalists, bro. Like if a journalist tries to ask a question and a fighter says some snappy shit to him, these YouTube channels upload it. Journalist gets roasted by Earl Spence. Like, bro, the dick riding is at an
Right.
all-time level right now. It's an
Right.
all-time level right now. Dick riding is so insane right now. Like, and I did my thing. I'm done. Like, people, you might found me today and you like, well, you talking, you should be able to. I done did that. I done chased Ellaby down and argued with Mayweather about horsehair glove. Man, I'm done with that bullshit. These
Nah,
motherfuckers
yeah,
do not care. They don't care what we got to
nah. I
say.
know it's you. It's basically just you and Fred that'll speak y'all's mind. But okay, I understand. I just thought I'd share that, man. Y'all, great show. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna continue to listen.
All right. Yeah, man, you got to be their buddies, whether it's the fighter's buddy or the promoter's buddy or the publicist's buddy or the manager's buddy or the trainer's buddy or the fucking girlfriend's buddy. You got to be somebody's buddy, man. Shit crazy, man. Shit extra whack out here for real. But that's the game. It changed. Like in back in the day, you could ask questions. They did have to answer. It just changed to like, oh, nah, I'm not answering that. I got the numbers right here in the briefcase. I'm not gonna tell y'all. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? There's just it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Um, that's why I don't even go. They treat you like paparazzi. You know, the dude that wants to ask the tough question, he gets laughed at because the minute the popular fighter says, "What? Who the fuck is you?" You know, ha 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 ha. All the reporters, this quote unquote reporters, laugh at the real motherfucker asking the real question. Shit weird out here. I'm telling you, it's weird. It's been weird. It's been weird out here, man. Not just in boxing, just in the whole world. It's been weird. A lot of weird shit. Treese, Ohio, what up? Toledo.
Yo.
Yo.
Chilling. Shit, I'm just listening, man. I'm just I'm this Canelo shit. It got me king of option shit, man. It's the only fight that needs to be made is the Benavidez fight. The motherfuckers who acting like it don't need to be made, cut that shit out, man. That's bad for boxing. We know that fight needs to be made. I can see the Badu Jack shit because that's like you feel me. That's sprinkles on top of the Sunday going for extra greatness. Another weight division, I get that. The Usyk shit, that shit is far fetched as fuck. Y'all might as well cut that out. That shit is. I don't even want nobody to get that. That shit is far fetched.
I mean, that's why it was option number 9. That's why it was option number 9. But it is an option that Canelo still continues to mention.
Yeah, that's I don't know. All right, look, he keep mentioning that shit. That shit nonsense. But the little
90
Charlo,
seconds.
He need to fight Bud. That's the fight. That's the fucking fight. He need to fight Bud. You feel me? Because I feel like this Bud and Earl shit. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. I feel like Earl really want to move up. The way he acting, I feel like he want to move up. And so it's like I feel like basically we just need to elevate everybody. Like if everybody want to move up, everybody move up. And then I feel like Benavidez, fuck it. If Canelo don't want to give him the fight, fuck it. If he got to chase
60 seconds.
Fuck it. Go chase Bivol. Fuck it. Fight him. Move up. Take his ass out. And then it's like we really got to press on Canelo. It ain't no. Then it's no fucking way that he can't make that fight now. He done beat Bivol after you lost to him. You feel me? And then it's like he's the young gun coming up. It's basically like. And I feel like Canelo should make that fight with Benavidez on some how Floyd did you. Like, damn, he nipped you in the bud type shit while you was young. You see what I'm saying? Like nip Benavidez ass while he young. You feel me? Catch him now. I don't see what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, but Floyd put him in a catch weight, man.
I get it, but it was still he made the fight. I get the catch weight and all that shit. I get it, but it's
ain't nobody
10 seconds.
Ain't nobody gonna like that if he put him in a catch weight. They ain't gonna like that.
We don't want no catch. No, I'm saying we don't want no catch weight. I don't want no catch weight with Benavidez because Benavidez. I feel like Benavidez could definitely move the fuck up. He could that's why I'm saying that Bivol shit. Like if he really want to get Canelo ass in a fucking corner, he could move up for sure and take on Bivol for sure. I know he can make that weight, and I feel like that would be a good ass fight. But Lil Charlo. Fight Bud, put that shit in Texas or something. Make that shit in Texas. That's the fight.
Treese, Toledo, you the man. I'm with you. I wish Bud stopped with this Earl shit and just activate the WBO. We interviewed the president here on this show. He made it 100% clear he would approve Bud if he asked for that fight. Man, stop with this bullshit, man. Like, Bruh, that fight, don't nobody even care about that fight no more, for real. Like, just move on, fight Charlo, move up to Charlo, get a shot at Undisputed with that WBO. Even if it ain't Charlo, fight Zoo. That shit big. Go to Australia, man. Like, Jones on the beat. What up?
What's good? What's good, man? Ness, you breaking my heart, bro. You breaking my heart right now, man. I feel you though with the Bud and Arrow fight, man. We are you for real? We don't want to see that fight, man.
I want
We
to
at that
see
point?
it. I want to see it. If they ever announce it, I'm watching, I'm paying, but I'm saying I'm done wondering and
I'm with
talking
you.
about if it's going to happen, man. Fuck that.
It's hard to be a boxing fan right about now, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's hard to be. It's hard. It's hard out here for a pimp. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? But as far as Canelo, man, I think he's achieved a lot in his career, man. I do think we need that Benavidez fight, man. Hey, refresh my memory. How old was Floyd when he fought Canelo, man?
36. And
So is
Canelo
this
was
the opportunity for?
and Canelo was 23.
So I'm saying, is this the opportunity for Canelo to do what Floyd did and
Nah.
school the young lion?
Nah.
Nah,
I mean,
nah.
I guess yes, in theory, but Floyd got to put restrictions, and he tried to put a rehydration. It's just Canelo turned it down.
Right. Right. Now I feel you, man. Hey, but look, that's my call, man. I always appreciate the show, man. Y'all be coming through in the clutch. Hey, but look,
Honestly, let
Freddie
me ask
Rojas
you
is
though.
training in.
Let me ask you. I was afraid to
Huh?
say it. I was afraid to say this, so I'm gonna ask this. Is
Yeah.
Canelo more experienced when he fought at the time that he fought Mayweather? Did he have more experience? Because he did get to fight Trout before he fought Mayweather. So it's like, do you think he had more experience than Benavidez has right now? Because
Ooh.
the public, the callers keep saying, oh, is this his Mayweather time to do him like he did him and get him early, yada, yada, yada. But like, who got more experience? Is Benavidez more experienced
Ooh.
who went into a pay-per-view of his own?
Ooh. That's a good question.
Mayweather got
That's a good damn question.
Mayweather got a more novice Canelo. Canelo's gonna get a more experienced version of David. David is a three-time champ right now. I'm sorry, it's the same division. I'm sorry, it's the same title. But he is what he is. You know. Um, Tweena, what up? Discord, Tweena.
Yo, good afternoon, Ness. How are you, sir?
I am dandy.
Well, shout out to you and Danny for the great shows recently. I've been listening. I haven't been chiming in.
You breaking up, champ?
Just like I like hearing everyone talk, but well, shout out to you guys, man. And five, yo, can you hear me now? Hello,
Yeah, we hear you.
hello.
You're just going
Oh
in and out
shit.
of slightly. We hear you though.
My bad. Well, anyways, great show, and a lot of people made a lot of great points today. I mean, Vega, Numbers, Lidslow, and Kai made a lot of great points. And yeah, I'm just saying, why not Benavides in September at AT&T Stadium, and then next year one or the other Charlo brothers. You know, because Canelo already, he already beat Jose Miguel Cotto, Miguel Angel Cotto. He beat both Smith brothers. So why not go for both Charlo brothers? I mean, it's a pretty good storyline.
I like it.
But yeah, I just wanted to chime in and say what's up. And your guys' channel has it's got me here. I'm 5 days away from graduation, so shout out to you guys, and that's my call, man. Take care.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the support. Um, yeah, without you guys, there is no us. So, we definitely appreciate each and every one of you coming on daily. Hawk, Maryland, what up?
Yo, what's up, Nat?
What up with you?
Ain't too much, man. Great show, Nat. Great show.
Thank you.
Uh, Let me start off with first of all, Canelo ain't Benavidez his mandatory.
Yes.
Okay, that's the fight. Canelo needs to fight Benavidez. Anything else to me is duck. And what I was about to say, the Floyd conversation y'all was having earlier, I had about the Shane Mosley. Floyd offered Shane Mosley a fight when Floyd was with when Shane Mosley was with HBO, when he was doing real good, when he was on HBO headlining and shit. Floyd asked him to fight then. He wouldn't fight him. Shane Mosley ducked Floyd way back, way back. That was way back. Shane Mosley, you can go pull that up. He wouldn't fight Floyd when he was coming up. He was coming up. Floyd tried to fight him then. He wouldn't fight him. He said something. I forgot this. Shane Mosley why he wouldn't fight him, but it's documented. But Canelo, I'd rather see Charlo, the big Charlo. I don't even know why he got a belt. I'm gonna be honest. They should have been took that belt from him. He's holding that division up. He ain't doing nothing. Anything come out of his mouth don't mean nothing because he ain't fighting nobody. It's been like 3 or 4 years. I know he got drinking problem, whatever issues he got, but he's holding up that division. Period. I don't know why they ain't took that belt from him. And the little Charlo, the undisputed one, I got love, respect for him, but I'd like to see him fight. I bet you the chat would rather see him fight Terrence Crawford. I'd rather see him fight Terrence Crawford. Earl and Terrence ain't doing nothing. Let Terrence Crawford and come up and let him come up and fight for those belts. That'll be a big deal, especially in the United States. You know, I'd rather see Terrence Crawford fight Jamal, whatever the younger brother. I'd rather see that fight. But as far as Canelo, Benavidez. That's it. It ain't no Benavidez. Period. Benavidez. That's my call, and that's
All right, brother. Appreciate you. Let's see what else we have. Info Joe, what's going on? Talk to us. Info Joe, are you there? Pound for pound stainless, what up? Pound for pound stainless, what up?
Oh, what up? You can hear me?
Perfect.
Yo, man, it's been a minute. How y'all doing?
I'm good, man. About yourself?
Man, you know me, man. I woke up this morning, man. That's a good start. I got some you ain't gonna want to hear though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really feeling this that last fight from Canelo, but you know what I'm saying? I learned to be patient with him because you know what I'm saying. He might take what I consider, you know what I'm saying, a easy fight, but then you know he usually follows it up with a decent one. So I'm good on the Canelo thing. I'm more pissed off with the zone. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the victims of that the Ryan and Tank thing falling through. You know what I'm saying? I spent $65 on that fight and I still ain't been refunded my money. Pretty good, pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know who I want to see Canelo fight, especially if it's gonna be on the zone. You feel me? Like that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? But I just called because I'm always listening, but I don't ever get to call in. So you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make sure I gave TBV some love and say as I always do, please make sure you push that thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you stupid. Nash, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Peace.
All right. So I found an article that clearly, Mosley gives his opinion, and he says, like I said, he's a liar. He likes to lie a lot. In 1999, there was a film where he was fighting in Michigan when he was fighting at 130 and I was fighting at 135. And I asked him, like when HBO does the pre-fight analyst to talk to the fighters before the fight, I talked to him. And hopefully it's recorded somewhere. I think it's on FX. I asked him, "Are you planning to move up to lightweight to fight me?" And he said no. No. He had no intentions of coming up to lightweight to fight me. He wanted to beat Monzon's record. He didn't want to come up to lightweight. That's when I jumped from lightweight to welterweight to fight Oscar. That was the first incident he's talking about. Mayweather, because Mayweather claims that Mosley ducked him twice in 1999 and in 2006. So this is Mosley's rebuttal to Mayweather's, alleged two ducks. So yeah. So then I didn't even read the 2006, which is this one where he says, now on the other time he's talking about is when I fought 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Back to back to back. And they were trying to rush me to fight him right away. Like 2 or 3 months later, I said, give me a month and we'll do it. I think it was January. I said we'll do it in January. They wanted me to do it like November or December. I said give me a month and we'll do it in January or February. I didn't want to do that, so they chose to fight Oscar De La Hoya. I said go ahead, fight Oscar. And if you beat Oscar, let's get busy. Let's do this. He beat Oscar. He didn't want to fight me. He retired. Uh, there's more though. He says he's been turning me down. I hate when he continues to say, "Oh, he turned me down because of a toothache." Yeah, I got a headbutted in that fight, and my tooth was loose that night. They asked me to fight Mayweather, and I said, "Give me a month, and I'll fight him." He didn't want to fight me, which is cool. He could go and fight Oscar because that's more money. Okay, that's cool. But after that fight, if you win, fight me. He didn't want to do that. He chose to retire or fight someone else. I'm getting tired of that lie. They need to wipe that lie out of there. The reporters and stuff, they keep saying it. So the lie needs to be talked about it. So there you go. What else do we got? I think we got to everybody. Let me see on Discord. Info Joe. What up, though? Yeah. Info Joe. What up, though? I got a super chat, $2 from Numbers that says, doesn't David Benavidez have a 3-fight deal with Showtime? How's that going to work? Or excuse me, did he say, wait, doesn't he have a Showtime deal? How'd that work? Yeah, I guess he meant, how's that going to work? All right. So that might be the last super chat. Refreshing. Nope. We got Matt Bet 100 Kansas City $5 super chat. He says psychologist on TBV. Canelo needs to fight Mexican monster Charlo and Andre. Capicu $5 super chat says Canelo needs to leave Bibble alone. He should focus on Jack for cruiserweight title. He won the 75 already. Andre versus Benavidez winner faces Canelo. Okay. Info. No info. No info, Joe. That is the end of the show. Catch us on the next one, bros. Next GTO. Gotta go. I'm gonna give info a couple seconds here. What up, info? Where you at? Where you at? If you're watching this on YouTube, smash that thumbs up. We about to wrap it up. We're just trying to get an OG a few seconds, but he's not jumping on, so we are out. Catch us on the next one. Oh, we got Oscar coming in late. What up, Oscar?
You hear me?
Perfect.
All right, brother. No, Canelo needs to handle his business with Benavidez. Um, I want to see him at least 2 more fights at 68. Get Benavidez now is the time to get Benavidez, and then maybe have Morale fight Boo Boo, since we're not gonna get Charlo because all the stuff he's going through, and maybe take the winner of Boo Boo and Morale, and then after that, if he does get the win, go to 175. Try to get your get back with Bibble, and then after that, just fight whoever the fuck you want to fight and retire. I mean, that's a decent scenario, and you get pretty good fights with David, obviously, and maybe Morale or Boo Boo, since a lot of people have always wanted that fight. I doubt he'll ever give Boo Boo a chance, but I mean, that's just something I've been thinking about, and I think that would be a perfect scenario for him to ride off to sunset. What do you think about that?
I mean, I guess I want him to do what the public wants, which is get the David fight out the way.
Yeah, I want Benavidez, bro. That's the fight. That's the fight. I don't want nothing else with Benavidez. I don't even want that Vivo one, but I can see, the fans, like you say, the fans of man want his man to get that get back, you know.
And that Jermell, I love Jermell, man. I love it when boxers call out other boxers. That's what they're supposed to do. So I have no issue whatsoever with him calling out fucking Canelo. We praise Canelo for trying to do greater things, but here are some people shitting on Jermell for believing in himself. So I mean, come on, give people like that props, man. That they're willing to go above and beyond. But that's all I got, man. You
Appreciate
guys.
you, champ. That is the bell. I got boxing fan 4 times. None of the None of the above. He's fighting Berlanga. Well, Berlanga has a fight with Quigley like in June something, so I don't know. Maybe you are right. Maybe they could do something in the end of the year, September-ish. Uh Keith, what up? You're We hear you, we hear you. You just gotta speak. We hear you. Or at least hear the background. And you ain't got no connection, Keith. That's it, man. I'm trying to be that good guy, but it's over. Next GTO, Instagram and Twitter. We back at 12 o'clock. Join us. We got a very special interview. Hopefully it doesn't get canceled, but we're going to have Amir Abdullah from Skill Challenge, the guy that's actually in charge of making the Wilder fight with AJ and Usyk and Fury. So we'll have him in studio at our studio. Check us out today at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Peace.